Face Off Sports Network here with Will Stevenson. We are doing week 4 waivers. Well, week 5 waivers. We are a month through the season, and we got some serious injuries going on. I mean, Bucky Irving's getting an MRI, and this could be disastrous. So we're going to help try to figure it all out. What guys are the best guys to pick up. If you guys got other questions as well, trade questions, lineup questions, we'll try to get to that. But focus of this show is going to be waivers, FAAB, big, week every week. We gotta get these pickups right. We gotta fill our lineups right. We gotta stay focused because time's running out. Before you know it, fantasy playoffs will be here. Our teams are going to be either in the dumps or we'll be competing. So that's why you can never take 1 week for granted. You got to keep grinding all year long. It's a freaking grind, so that's what we're here to do. So Fantasy Savvy on Twitter. I'm Steve D'Angelo here again with Will Stevenson at Willie Bob Steve on Twitter, on X as well. Face Off Sports Network is the show. Glad to be on with Will again. What's going on, Will?
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I just got back a little while ago from kids baseball. He had pictures and he forgot his hat.
Oh man,
he lost his hat. So then they gave him another hat. And then he lost that hat at the game.
oh man, I think our sons might be related.
Well, then he wanted McDonald's after the game. And this McDonald's, the line is like 97 years long every time. So we go to the McDonald's. He gets a cheeseburger, and they give him nuggets instead of the cheeseburger. So it was fucking, and I was online for like 30 minutes trying to watch the Yankee game on my phone. The end of the Yankees lose to the Red Sox. Fucking bases loaded, no outs, and they can't get anything done. Max Free pitched a hell of a game, and then he had 100 pitches, but how it is now in baseball, like 100 pitches, they're taking guys out left and right. Yep. I just saw something earlier. Nolan Ryan had a season where he threw the ball 235. I mean, a game where he threw the ball 235 times in one game. I mean, that's like
that would never happen anymore.
No,
back in like the Sandy Koufax era too, when that dude threw his elbow off of his arm.
Yeah. So, rough day for the Yankees. But, got to get them back tomorrow. I know the Phillies are waiting in the wings to see what happens.
Yes,
the Reds, I don't know when the last time the Reds made the playoffs, but they're playing the Dodgers right now. So, that's it. But we are a football show. We got to talk about sport. But we are the face-off. We are the Face-Off Sports Network, so we like to throw a little bit of other sports in there as well. But yeah, Will is very, very knowledgeable. So we'd love to have you on here. And this is going to be a week-to-week thing. Ernie's not going to be here tonight. I don't know what happened. His fiance blacked out on him or something. I don't know what happened.
Maybe she knocked him out.
Chased him around the kitchen with the spoon. I don't know. But anyway, he's not here tonight. So, hopefully he'll be back next week. But I know Ernie grinded out those questions for like 2 hours last week. So we'll get to your questions. I'm gonna let's start with the quarterback position first. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing to the show, hitting that notification button. Tons of great content coming your way all week long, all season long. Quarterback position. All right, so Lamar Jackson obviously sounds like he's going to be out a few weeks. He's got the hamstring injury. So, maybe guys like CJ Stroud, Geno Smith are floating out there in your league, 50% owned. Jackson Dart obviously is the big name, just 23% owned. He had some inaccurate passes, but he did run for 54 yards and a touchdown. And when you can run in fantasy, obviously that's going to, put up fantasy points. So, I think Dart is a good little pickup here to fill in for Lamar. CJ Stroud, I don't know. He doesn't run the ball at all. Geno is going to put up some big numbers passing, but he's going to be less owned. He's about 53% owned. So Dart's at 23%. What do you think about Jackson Dart as a pickup to fill in for Lamar owners?
I mean, it's worth a shot. I mean, I don't know if you have to win this week. I'm not 100% sure if that's the route you want to go, but if you can stash him for sure. In one quarterback leagues, you still got a lot of guys out there too. If you want to play the safe floor play, you got, I think you said Sam Darnold. He's out there somewhere. there's some guys, but Jackson Dart is one of those guys that I'm at least going to try to pick up if I have the room to at least stash it, no matter what. I always try to play like a rule of three as far as waivers for me. If they show up and show out, then I'm going to probably try to grab them and then let them sit on my bench. If the next week is the same thing, then that's a trend. And then the third week, I'm probably starting them if I need to. And then after the third week, if it continues, then that's just who they are. That's what you should expect, I think. So he should stay in the lineup. So I don't know if I feel comfortable starting him this week. There's a ton. I think there's a ton of quarterbacks out there in one quarterback leagues. But he's definitely someone that needs to be picked up for sure. I mean, as far as waivers go, put a bid in. Don't blow your load necessarily, but I would put a heavy bid in.
Well, they do get the Saints this week, so pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. You know what?
Pretty,
Yes,
pretty
thank you. I
decent.
was looking
Pretty
that up
decent.
here.
Yeah, pretty decent matchup. You got some teams on a bye this week too. You got the Falcons, the Bears, the Packers, and the Steelers all on a bye. So people are going to be scrambling for quarterbacks a little bit with Caleb, Jordan Love, maybe owners, and if you're a Penix or Aaron Rodgers owner, maybe super flex, maybe you're looking for something too, depending on how deep your league is. But let's Mad Mex says R.I.P. Servino. Got to obviously bring up Anthony. We'll be repping him all year. I love being back on the Face Off Sports Network to rep Anthony and all he did for this channel, built it from the ground up. Put his heart and soul into this freaking thing, man. Was so passionate, and definitely improved my fantasy game, and making me a better fantasy analyst as well. So, yeah, shout out to you, Mad Mex. Thank you for joining us tonight. And he's got a question as well. I thought he did. Oh no, somebody else does. Matthias says, would you add Fields or Dart for Lamar's injury? You want to go there first, Will?
Yeah, who do the Jets have this week?
The Jets. Let's take a look.
I mean, I think I'm going Fields either way, but
I should know this being a Jets fan, but it's such a shit show, obviously, with the Jets.
Should you know? I mean,
the Cowboys.
Forget about it until Sunday. Here I am.
They got the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I forgot. I should have known.
Fields all the way.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. No, my nephew was texting me in our group chat because my nephew, my two brothers, my two older brothers are Cowboys fans, and my one nephew, his middle name is Dallas, so obviously he's a Cowboys fan. So he's going to the game this week in the Meadowlands.
That poor kid never had a shot.
I mean, the cat, he had no chance. But yeah, the Cowboys defense, I mean, they just continue to be horrendous. I mean, getting torched left and right. Another 40-40 game against the Packers. And so, and on the other side, Dak is playing great football too. So he's going to put up points. The Jets defense stinks too. They can't stop anybody. So I mean, Fields is, even if he doesn't have a great game for NFL standards, he's going to put up fantasy points. So yeah, Fields is the guy there 100%. We just saw him have a 45-yard touchdown run. I mean, not really seeing many guys do that in the NFL. Again, Fields is one of three quarterbacks to run for 1,000 yards. So he's got that upside. So yeah, 100% go after Fields there, Matthias. We're both.
Yeah, I've been one of those sad Fields truthers for years. And it was just, I thought it was over when he got benched in Pittsburgh. But no, he's killing it. He's killing it. He's gonna be fine.
The thing is, he wasn't really even playing bad in Pittsburgh. They were 4-2. They were 4-2. It was just that they promised Russ the job.
Right.
So that was more, and he wasn't really doing anything great. I think he had 6 touchdowns, 1 pick. I mean, he's playing safe. Wasn't putting up huge numbers, but it was more about them just committing to Russ, I think.
Yeah.
Fields getting benched.
He's solid for fantasy when he's starting.
Yeah, 100%. So, all right, let's keep it going with the quarterbacks here.
Yeah.
On the wire. You mentioned Darnold. That's not a bad one either. He is at
he's got Tampa Bay.
Yeah, 19% owned. And he's playing pretty good football. I mean, he's been pretty solid. He'll give you those 250-yard, 1-2 touchdown, maybe occasional 3 touchdown games. It's good to see Torrey Horton stepping up in that offense. Cooper Kupp kind of looks like he's kind of shot. Then you got JSN, obviously. So who did you say they're playing this week?
They play Tampa Bay. They play the Bucks.
Okay, so that's not a terrible matchup either.
No, I mean, if they keep the offenses should show out, right? I mean, Baker's that dude, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to have to put up points.
Yeah, 100%.
I think if you're looking long game too as well, Bryce Young might not be a bad shot. I know he's not been great, but if you're desperate, right? And he's the only one out there. It's not a bad one. He's got Miami this week, and he's got Dallas next week. So if you're getting hit with that left and right left on the week 5, week 6 waiver wires, or I'm sorry, bye weeks, Bryce Young might not be a bad shot there.
Yeah, Bryce Young, 18% owned. Bryce Young, I mean, he had a horrible start to the year last year. Then he got benched for Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton had like 1 or 2 good games, and he turned into the Andy Dalton we all know. So they went back, or I think he got hurt, maybe. He got into a car accident, right? Is that what happened?
No.
Yeah, so they went back to Bryce Young, and then Bryce Young kind of took that as a wake-up call, and he played great down the stretch.
Yeah,
so
he showed out.
The problem is he's struggling again to start the year. So, I mean, they could and they went to Andy Dalton, I think, late in that game when it was out of hand. There's a chance like they could go to Andy Dalton to provide a spark again. But you have to think, like, at this point, like, why would you even go to Andy Dalton? Just let Bryce Young finish out the year no matter how miserable it is.
Yeah, let him figure it out.
Yeah, let him figure it out, and then you can make a decision what you're going to do at quarterback. But I think he'll pick it up. I think he'll get a little bit better. I don't like that. I don't mind that as a call either because he does have rushing upside as well.
2 terrible defenses.
Yeah, Michael Penix might be another guy that's out there, 36% owned. He obviously a lot of people probably cut him after that disastrous game 2 weeks ago and where he looked absolutely miserable, but then picked it up again last week, got Drake London going. And, so that's not a bad one either. For the future because they are in a bye this week. Oh no, they're not. Yeah, they are in a bye. They are in a bye this week. Trevor Lawrence, 42% on. I don't know, man. Trevor Lawrence is just like
if you're desperate. I mean, if you're quarterback desperate.
Yeah. I mean, it's more of a desperate call. I mean, if there's really nothing out there, I mean, he's definitely not one of my preferences. I'd rather have Bryce Young. Spencer Rattler, there's no chance in hell. Cooper Rush, I don't know. I don't know. Cooper Rush has put up good numbers in Dallas's offense, and he's obviously super flex, 100%. That's a guy you're going after, no brainer, because there's like no quarterbacks in the wire in most leagues. But is he going to do anything with the Ravens? I mean, I guess he could. I mean, he's got a good surrounding system. I don't know. How do you feel about Cooper Rush in Baltimore?
I think, like you said, he's proved well for Dallas when they needed him. But the only thing that scares me with him, like I almost push Spencer Rattler above him if you can get him, just because Cooper Rush, it's a completely different offense that he's going into with Baltimore. I didn't actually get a chance to watch and review that game at all, and see any of his plays. But just he's a slinger. He's going to sling the ball for sure. So start Zay Flowers. Start Mark Andrews, but I think I would go with Spencer Rattler over Rush. But if you need it, especially in those 2 quarterback leagues, he's sitting out there. You can pick him up and do a spot start.
Our boy Al is in the room. Al is a veteran of the show. Let's get to.
Pete's here too. I thought Pete was in bed. Is he commenting under the sheets?
He's watching from bed with his hot cocoa and his big furry bunny slippers on.
Yeah, light some candles, a little incense.
Oh shit!
Put on some H-Town.
You're watching the Dodgers Reds game, possibly.
Yeah.
There was a question about. Oh yeah, Al says, "How much FAAB are you spending?" We'll move on to the running backs now.
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll start out with this one with Al. How much FAAB are you spending for Woody? The woodpecker marks.
The knock on wood, right? If you need a running back, depending on what you got left, I don't know if you'd spend it all, but if I'm in need of a running back, if I've got let's say Bucky, And I don't know, give me a running back that's not performing quite right, like Kamara, right? And you're in need of somebody. I'm gonna drop probably 2/3 of my fab on Woody. His he's proven to be the back that they want to use. I think over the last 2 weeks, the snaps increased last week and this past week. I mean, he was on my bench in a bunch of leagues, and yeah, I really could have used. I really could have used him in my flex spot, but yeah, I'm probably dropping probably 2/3 whatever my fab is, and I would definitely 100% just in case anybody's here with just a priority for your waivers. I'm using my priority for
So
sure.
if you have yeah, your priority I would definitely use. If you have like $700 for fab, how much are you gonna drop?
700. I'm probably dropping somewhere around 4 to 5. I mean, probably leaning towards the 5 as well because even if people don't need running backs, keep that in mind. Even people who don't need running backs, they're going to drop more than you would
Yeah.
think on the running
Mhm.
back, just because they're such hot commodities. He could be an RB2 for the rest of the season, and you don't just like find those every year. And he could be an RB2 moving from week 5 on, which is huge. These early on waiver acquisitions that you can get could one save your season or just solidify the playoffs for you for sure. So keep that in mind. Even if you don't need a running back, or even if you see somebody who has fab and they don't need a running back, you can guarantee they're going to be throwing some money at it. So go a little bit more than you might think.
Yeah, I mean, you never really know with fab. I mean, some leagues it could be 300, some leagues a guy will spend 600, and some leagues maybe like 180. I mean, but I would think at least what did you say? What did you say? 500 up to 500?
Up to 5. If you have a 700 budget,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that leaves you 200 to
Yeah.
you know shoot some here or there later on in the year. But if you need a running back, yeah, I'm saying over somewhere over 500 is probably what's going to have to get it done. You might not want to, but if you want to
Yeah.
get it done, that's what you're going to have to do.
Yeah, you might have to you're right. You might have to because some guy may have $900. Some guys may have not spent a penny yet.
Yeah, yeah,
But the guys that haven't spent a penny yet, though, probably won't spend that much because they might just be cheap anyway. So
right. They might not even be paying attention.
there's some
Like, who the
people
hell?
they're
They
not
wouldn't even
paying.
know who Woody Marks is.
I don't understand it. Like people have $1,000. Like when are you going to spend your money? Spend your freaking money, man. What are you waiting for?
Right. It's not real money.
People are cheap in real life and in fantasy. They bring
It's
over the
crazy.
cheapness into fantasy. I hate that. But anyway, yeah, I would say like if it were me, I had 700 left. I probably would be like, if I really needed a running back too, yeah, like maybe like 525. And if I didn't really
Yeah.
need him, but I just wanted to stack depth, or my running back room wasn't the greatest, maybe like 401, 399, something like that. I mean, I don't think Woody Marks is that great, but Nick Chubb, I mean, I hate to say it. He just does not look the same. I don't know how he looked this week. I remember watching him last week. He just didn't really show much to me. And maybe he gets a little bit better as the season goes on. And there's a chance that Mixon does come back at some point too. I mean, there is a chance. I know he's not expecting anybody back anytime soon. But yeah, Woody Marks, 56% of the snap share, had 17 carries for 69 yards and a touchdown. Also 4 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. So he's going to be using the pass game. That's what he did at USC, caught 10,000 passes there, as we all know. So yeah, I think like we said, if you're desperate, $500, I think that's a pretty fair. If you have $700 left, if you have like 900, 800, maybe 600, something like that. But yeah, you got to drop a pretty big penny. It's hard to give a true percentage because you just never really know what the hell people are going to spend. You kind of just got to go by what you're comfortable with putting out there. But put a little bit more out there. If you're not used to putting a lot of big bucks out there in fabs, be a little bit more aggressive. And try to add depth because you probably have some shitty guy that you could cut in your roster.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, I don't think Marks is the best player in the world, but his opportunity is pretty good. Right now, especially with Chubb's, at the tail side of his career, and Joe Mixon. We don't know when the hell he's coming back.
Hey, don't forget James Robinson wasn't necessarily the greatest running back in the world, but if you put a good penny on him before the season started a couple years ago. You were pretty happy for 2 years.
Pete says late night with the schmooze, Steve Summers vibe. Yeah, you know that show, Will? In
Yes, yes,
WFA. Yeah.
WFAN.
I called him one time. I remember it was right after 9/11, and I was driving through the GWB, and I called him and I said, you know what, Steve, at this time I'm not a Yankee fan. I mean, I'm still a Yankee fan, but I'm not like you can't really root against the Mets or the Yankees. You're rooting for both teams. And he's like, that's a great point, Steve.
That was a really good impression, dude. Oh my
man.
God, that was good.
He used to open up with those like big monologues all the time.
Hmm.
That guy must have smoked 900 packs of cigarettes in his life.
Oh my God, just the blood pressure through the roof. 200 over 300, which is backwards, and it doesn't make any sense.
Slamming down Hostess donuts, fucking smoking cigs with the coffee.
It's awesome. Just ripping darts live.
Oh man, Frances is going in there bitching about the smoke smell. Anyway, all right, let's keep it with the running backs and Rachaad White and Sean Tucker. You know, Bucky Irving, he's getting an MRI. This is terrible because I have Bucky in a lot of leagues. Bucky Irving is an exceptional running back. I mean, he's just so talented. It's, huge play with 77-yard touchdown last week.
Yeah.
So, man, we got to wait and see here. I mean, I know the night's coming up for FAAB tonight. There's another FAAB run tomorrow as well. But, how much are you dropping on Rachaad White? 40% owned in Yahoo leagues if he's out there.
Probably about half as much as I would drop on Woody. I think if it just, you don't know what it is.
Right.
We didn't see anything in the game. And then I don't think you're going to have to necessarily. I saw a sleeper alert come out when I was on my way home from work tonight. So it was like 8:30. So I don't know how many of your league mates are actually paying attention to it at that point in time. So you might be able to get him on the cheap. If you need it, if you're the Bucky Irving owner, I would be dropping a decent amount. But I don't know. So if you're going off of that, let's say like $1,000 budget. I don't know, maybe like 280, something like that. I mean, if Bucky's out, we don't know that Bucky's out. We know that Nick Chubb is not the guy. We don't know if Bucky's going to be out for a week. He could play this week. If he is out, I do think that Rachaad White he's going to be the Rachaad White that we saw. What was it, 2 years ago? He's not going to necessarily be the greatest rusher in the world, but he's going to catch passes and he's going to turn them into chunk plays.
Yeah, and you got Sean Tucker in the mix too. So I think Rachaad White would be the guy. He's been the guy there before. Sure. They would lean on him, but Tucker would get some usage. For
sure.
Bucky has a potential foot ankle injury. He's getting an MRI tomorrow. So yeah, we don't really know. One thing I'll say about Bucky is last year he was playing through, I think, a high ankle sprain or some kind of injury towards the end of last year, and he played through it. So maybe this is something he plays through, like Will said. We really don't know. I think 280, what you said, I think that if you're a Bucky owner, maybe you could spend a little bit more. I mean, you should have Rachaad White as the cuff there anyway. So, but if you're not, I think 280, maybe 201. If you have a decent amount of money. If you don't have much money left, you don't want to drop, too much. You don't want to, because it could be give you really nothing. So, unless you're a Bucky owner, Sean Tucker. I kind of did like his talent. He came into the league with like a heart condition. So it's been kind of a rough go for him, but he's kind of flashed at times. I think you could maybe throw like $50-$60 on him. I think that's fine. What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, I think if you're going after Rachaad White or if you're the Bucky owner, definitely do about, I would say, 28 to 32% of whatever you have left, and then sprinkle about half of that on Tucker. It's kind of like a little safety net there in case he comes out and he's the back. He's the first and second down.
All right, we got a question from Iggy. Says, should I drop Jawan Jizzy Johnson or Travis Hunter to pick up Amari DeMarcado. PPR DeMarcado did get that touchdown, passing, catching touchdown over Trey Benson. Trey Benson is also questionable at this point.
Yep.
So we don't know what's going on with him. Juwan Johnson, I just saw Taysom Hill is going to be back in practice soon. So that's bad news. And also Foster Moreau might be back soon as well. So I think Juwan Johnson is the guy I'd probably rather cut. I know Travis Hunter isn't really doing anything, and he may not do anything this year, playing defense and Trevor Lawrence's, issues and whatnot. But I think I'd rather cut Juwan Johnson. What do you think?
100% with you on that one, especially because there's so many tight ends around his ability that you can pick up. I'm sure Fannon's out there somewhere. Gadsden's probably there still. I think you're going to be fine picking up a different tight end there. Hunter, you just don't know what's going to happen. And he might just clog up your bench all year long. Who knows? I don't know. But the upside that Hunter gives you definitely outweighs the upside, I think, that Juwan Johnson can get you. It's like if you drop one of those guys and somebody in that league going to pick him up, who is it? It's going to be Hunter. Guaranteed. So drop Juwan, Find a tight end if you need one afterwards, or sprinkle some money on a Gadsden or something like that as part of your waivers.
Yeah, I see your questions, guys. We're gonna try to get through these positions, and then we'll if it's not waiver related, we'll try to get to it at the end. If you guys want to throw a super chat and bump it up, feel free. We'll get to it right away. If you're under the gun,
where's my super chat?
Limited super chats. Send them to me. Kenneth Gainwell, 22% owned. So Kenneth Gainwell was actually a guy that I had picked up before week 1 because I was listening to beat writers talk about how Kenneth Gainwell was going to be so involved in this offense. So that proved to be true. That proved to be true. And I needed running back help in a few leagues. And then I don't know, some dude I was listening. This is why you don't want to listen to too many people. He's like, Kenneth Gainwell sucks. He's never going to do shit. So everybody was dropping. I'm like, you know what? He kind of isn't the best, So I dropped. I still own him in a lot of leagues, but I dropped him in like 4 or 5 leagues last week. And the other thing that screwed me up too is that 9:30 game. I went to bed. It was late as shit. I think it was like 3 a.m. And I'm like, all right, well, Jaylen Warren is questionable. I'll have some time in the morning, to move Jaylen Warren on my rankings. And I didn't get up to like, I don't know, it was like 9:20 or whatever. And then I'm just watching the game and like Jaylen Warren, Pam Greer or whatever, Jaylen Warren is out. I'm like, oh shit. So my ranking got screwed up. I would have put Gainwell in a couple lineups as well. But I don't own Jaylen Warren. That was the one good thing. So I didn't have him in any lineups.
Yeah.
But Kenneth Gainwell, man, he played well. He had a lot of good runs. He looked pretty sound to me. I thought he played a pretty damn good game. So, they have a bye this week. Warren could come back. So how much FAAB are you spending on Kenneth Gainwell?
Again, I think it's on need, right? So
you know him well too in Philly.
I do. Super Bowl champion Kenneth Gainwell. Give the man his flowers.
Yeah, that's right.
It all depends on the need, man. I don't know how much I'd be spending on him. Do we know how long Jaylen Warren's out for? I mean,
he was a game time decision because Schefter said he was going to play the night before, and then he got ruled out in the morning. So now he's got the bye week. You'd kind of expect him to be back after the bye.
You kind of would.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe they need to move him, take some of that workload away from him. But I don't know who makes that call. Is it Tomlin or is it Rodgers? Rodgers really
get
likes
Warren in the game.
Right, it's Rodgers.
Get Caleb out of the game.
That picture of Aaron Rodgers.
Get him out.
Yeah, seriously. R.I.P. Caleb owners.
Dude, he hates Caleb Johnson's guts.
Did you hear what Tomlin said in the press conference last week?
Caleb's like,
God.
Fucking, he's probably so nervous out there. Fucking Rodgers gonna tear his fucking head off. Oh man, go ahead.
He forgot where he was.
What did Tomlin say?
I don't see any updates. I don't see any Oh, I said, did you see Tomlin's press conference last week? I think it was Saturday, maybe Friday or Saturday. He said, they said, well, what kind of work is Caleb Johnson going to get? He's like, well, we're gonna get him in there when we can, but he definitely will be getting punt returns. He will definitely be
Oh
doing
yeah, I
kick
saw that. I
returns.
saw that.
He said that to the press.
Yeah. I mean,
It's like,
I always feel risky when they put these rookies out on punt return. I feel like they fumble the ball. A lot of them do a lot of the time. So
you know,
I think that's a good
yeah,
move.
and Tank Bigsby.
I mean, it would be nice if they gave him a few more carries, but I mean, they didn't need to last week. Gainwell was just getting the job done. So there was really no need to really put
Yeah, and
Caleb
I
in that
don't.
much. Go ahead.
Yeah, it seems like it's hush hush in Pittsburgh as normal as far as Warren's injury goes. So I don't know. It's another one where if you got it and you need it, spend it. If you have Warren, spend more. But I wouldn't be going too crazy. 10-15% maybe.
Yeah, I would probably throw maybe 125, 150 down, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 10%. If you have 1,000 left, if you have if you have 700-800, I'd still drop maybe 9,900. Kendre Miller, Kendre Miller, man, 4% owned.
Yes.
Kendre Miller is a guy that I liked a lot coming out of TCU. Now he didn't play in that national championship game because he was hurt, and then his career has been riddled by injury. And then Dennis Allen, obviously had him in the basement. Dennis Allen absolutely hated Kendre Miller's guts. We all know that.
Kendre Miller took Dennis Allen's daughter to a nice seafood dinner and never called her back.
Damn, Kendre. Get in the basement, Kendre. Get in the basement. He just gives me Ku Klux Klan vibes, Dennis Allen.
Oh, big time. Big time.
Right?
Big time. Yeah.
It's crazy,
his truck smells like Busch Light.
So anyway, Kendre Miller, I thought that was his best game as a pro.
Yeah.
And he was kind of splitting with Kamara. I mean, so I don't know if Kamara is going to get moved. We'll see. It's possible. I don't know if it makes sense for the Saints to keep him. I don't know if they can fully get rid of him. I know he's got a decent contract, but I mean, to me, it makes sense. Get rid of Kamara. Your team's going nowhere. Your quarterbacks are horrible. So this could be the Kendre Miller show. So going forward, maybe in a few weeks. So you may not have to drop a ton to get him. But I'd probably, if I had $700-800, I might drop 200, 250. What do you think?
I'm with you 100%. Kendre, I haven't necessarily been a Kendre truther, but he's a guy that I've always just kind of had on my radar. He's one that's always just kind of floating around the bottom of all of my dynasty benches. He's got the talent. He is the athlete. He just hasn't done it on the big stage. And then in my redraft leagues, I saw it looks like I'm looking at sleeper here. Snap percentage 15% week 1, 15% week 2. Not impressive, but you saw Kamara struggling, and then all of a sudden week 3 snap percentage 27%. So he almost doubled his snap percentage from week 2 to week 3. So I scooped him up everywhere I could.
Nice.
So luckily, not to brag, but I don't have to put any money on Kendre. I already have him sitting somewhere, and thankfully it showed out because he got the same snap percentage this week. So if the trend continues, we should see an increase against the Giants in New England. But yeah, as far as what you were saying there, however much I was going to spend on Gainwell, which was 10 to 15%, I'd probably do about 30 to 35% on Kendre. I think like you said about Alvin Kamara, what are you doing with him? He's an asset that you're not using, that you don't really need because you're not in contention for anything. You need to get picks. Trade him away, get some picks for the draft, the next 2 drafts, especially 2027. And let's just throw Kendre the rock.
Yeah, and the Saints don't have a win. They're not even throwing the ball to Kamara like they used to.
Right.
Again, they're terrible. So yeah, Kendre, I'm pretty excited about him. 31% snap share against the Bills, 11 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown. on the 18-yard run. So, yeah, I'm excited about Kendra. Another guy here coming back from injury, Tajay Spears. Tony Pollard really hasn't done much in this, month out of, I was excited about Pollard, and I was kind of excited about Cam Ward. It just hasn't, they haven't been able to do much. Cam Ward I think he's looked good. I think the numbers don't really show. I think he's looked better than what the numbers show, but I don't really like Callahan. I don't think he's a good coach. I don't know what Tajay Spears is going to really do with Pollard there. I think people kind of overrate Tajay Spears a little bit. The guy doesn't even have an ACL. So it's like, he could get hurt again. I don't feel great unless I'm a Pollard owner spending a ton of money on Tajay Spears. What do you think?
No, if you have him, hold him, and you probably should have had him. Pick him up, put him in your IR, and hold him. If he pops off, awesome. If not, I'm not wasting much on him at all. I think you're just gonna be pissed off with whatever amount you spend. Like I said, yeah, you said he's not that impressive. Tony Pollard's just gonna continue to get whatever percentage of the snaps that the running backs get. Maybe you get Tajay in here and there. Cam Ward doesn't look great as far as wins are concerned, and wins, I guess, right? They're quarterback stat, but he does, in my opinion, look like he has what it takes to be above average to good NFL quarterback. So,
great.
If you're in dynasty leagues and the guy with Cam Ward is struggling, I'd be going and buying him low everywhere. But yeah, as far as Tajay goes, if you got him, hold him. Obviously, you've had him on IR this entire time. What are you going to do? Trade him away, maybe? You might be able to trade high now. But what are you really going to get for him? I'm not going after Tajay.
Yeah, about 32% owned. So he's owning, a decent amount. This is Yahoo too. So, Yahoo, you get a lot of those, leagues that are just, you don't know what the hell's going on really sometimes.
Yeah.
Guys out there mowing his lawn Sunday morning. Fucking, I don't know what's good.
I still have one Yahoo league, and it's a free league, but it was just like a friend of mine and their family. They need somebody to fill in. So I got in. I'm like, whatever, it's fun. I really like these people. It's cool. I can't win for the life of me. There's maybe 2 people, 3 people maybe who know what they're doing. The rest of them are just like, it's like the NCAA brackets.
Yeah.
They're just like picking players from where they want to go and visit for vacation, and I'm over here like punching them. I'm still like treating it like a good draft, and I suck every single year.
Dude, I mean, some of those home leagues, you get some short. I mean, people shit on home leagues, but because like when they're in the industry, but home leagues is a lot of sharp guys, especially guys that like been watching football as long as us. They just don't do the analyst thing. They're doing like 2 or 3 leagues, and they're still sharp. So home leagues are still competitive. Now, there is some shitty home leagues. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of them are competitive. So
listen, they're sharp. They're sharp. I mean, guys in this league are sharp. Don't get me wrong, but the majority of them, like I was listening in, like we FaceTime for the draft anymore because everyone's scattered across the winds.
Yeah.
They're not all that sharp, I promise.
Yeah.
Some of the advice that they're giving to people,
Yeah, I mean, it's Yahoo's one of the most popular platforms with like CBS, and I guess people still play on ESPN a little bit, and Sleeper's kind of taking over a little bit now too.
Yeah.
All right, Bashard. Actually, hold on. Let me talk about Amari DiMercato. We talked about 4% owned. Chris Rodriguez 14%, and McNichols. I just can't get excited about this back. I don't know. It's Merritt's in there. I don't know, man. This backfield, I don't think anybody's going to separate. I thought maybe Merritt would, but they're not really giving him anything.
He looks like the better back.
Yeah, 7 for 47, right?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe it's a Mariota thing because they don't have Daniels back there yet. Unless you already have some shares, if you have Bill and you want to pick up one of the 2 just to have on the bench to see if one breaks out, that's fine. I get it, but I'm not doing much here. If you're not already invested, just stay away.
Yeah, unless you need a bye week filler, you don't want to, and you don't want to spend that much.
Yeah.
Unless you're truly desperate, you're maybe 0-4, and you have a decent amount of FAAB, but the long-term potential, I just don't really see anything. Bashard Smith, 2%. starting to get a little bit more and more usage. You see the talent when he catches the ball, like he's breaking tackles, he's
Yeah,
showing his speed. So I think we've seen this from Andy Reid before, with rookies where he slowly burns them in and then he gets them comfortable. And then once he feels like he can fully trust them, he starts really using them. We've seen it, obviously with Xavier Worthy last year, Rashee Rice in the past. Kareem Hunt was the one rookie that was right off the bat he kind of just went to. But there was really no other running backs in the way. And Kareem Hunt's still there, obviously. And Pacheco finally gets to the end zone. But I could see Bashard Smith, eventually, earning more and more and kind of being a factor when we get into the fantasy playoffs. So he's a guy that, again, you don't have to spend a ton on. He's their Jerick McKinnon type player. This is a guy that I definitely need to add if he's out there.
Yeah, that's a really good comparison. He looked electric. He looked a little bit more with that quick snap, reflex that Pacheco doesn't necessarily have, where he's just kind of angry at the ground when he's running. But the only thing that keeps me, I'm going to sprinkle some on Brashard Smith for sure, especially in deeper leagues or if I need a bye week replacement, just I have to. But I would just temper my expectations. I think that the Isaiah Pacheco finding the end zone kind of scares me a little bit there. Kareem Hunt, they're still using here randomly. I think it was a pretty even share. I think the Pacheco had, I'm looking at it here, 37% snap share. Brashard had 26, and Kareem Hunt had 44% snap share. Pacheco did the most with it, but it's like a pretty even split for three guys, So I don't know if you need it, sprinkle a little bit here, but don't spend a lot.
Yeah, I don't think you need to spend a ton. If he's out there, you got like $600-700 left, or if it's $100 league, maybe you could drop like I like the 1,000 more than the 100, but I would say maybe $10-11 or $9-10, something like that. And if not, if you're in 1,000 league, maybe like $75, $80. I think you can get them. I don't think too many people are thinking about him just yet. Again, 4 carries, 3 receptions, 36 scrimmage yards over the Ravens. But I think, he's going to be a guy you just want to stash and be patient with. Isaiah Davis, Braylon Allen looks like he is out for the year. Looks like he's going on injury reserve. So Isaiah Davis is talented. I mean, I always kind of thought he was a little bit better than Braylon Allen, or does some things better than Braylon Allen. And I think he's going to get utilized. Now, this offense is a shit show, obviously. I mean, but there's not a lot of talent, and they do want to run the football. That's for sure. I mean, they ran the football last night down the throw, and Braylon Allen fumbled. So, Isaiah Davis, if I'm a Breece Hall owner, I would say I'm going to drop a pretty penny, but if not, I think you can get him maybe for like $40-50, $60, maybe something like that. And I feel fine with that.
Yeah, you don't have to spend much. Of course, if you're the Breece owner, spend more. But I don't know what they're doing. Maybe you can tell us. Why are we not just giving Breece the rock? I don't understand. But that
we run the football. We've been physical. I mean, I don't know what to say, man, because like Glenn is supposed to be like the disciplinarian, Parcells, Dan Campbell. And I mean, they got guys catching fair catches on the 2-yard line. They have 11 penalties for over 100 yards. I mean, they just look so undisciplined last night. Ohtani just hit another homer, dude.
No way.
He's unbelievable. Yeah. 8-0. They're kicking their ass. 6-0, I think, or maybe 8-0. I don't know. But anyway, they're kicking the Reds' ass. Showing the Reds that the Reds are going to get destroyed in this series. But yeah, so I don't know what the hell. I'm willing to give Aaron Glenn like 2 years, unless it's like Rich Kotite where they have like 2 or 3 wins, and like then you just got to get rid of them and they continue to show out like this. But yeah, they do want to run the football, so he's going to be involved, and I kind of like him So if you're a Brees owner, I think he's definitely a good ad. And if he ever gets a full-time role, he'll be a really solid player. I mean, even in a part-time role, he could give you some decent flex value in some spots. So it's a good stash.
What do you know? Do you have any thumb on the pulse or finger on the pulse of anything about getting rid of Brees, trading Brees away?
It's been the rumor, but I think with the Braylon Allen now, I
You
mean,
can't now, right?
it makes less sense. Yeah, and again, like he's your and Brees had another good game. It doesn't
He did.
for me for Aaron Glenn, like you're trying to create an identity as a team. You want to run the football, play defense. Like, why would you give it Brees Hall? Like, what are you going to do? I mean, I guess I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense. I guess it's possible. And I know a lot of people have talked about it. I don't see it happening, but it definitely it's possible. I don't know. Anything can happen. You never know with the Jets. You just never know.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So, all right, one more guy here, Xavier Scott, from Minnesota. We did talk about him. I think we talked about. I don't know. No, we didn't talk about him. I think I talked about him on another show. But he looks pretty good to me. I don't know. Aaron Jones looks like he's not going to return to week 8. And if something happens to Mason, Xavier Scott steps into a really, really good situation. So if you're a Mason owner, and Mason's had his own injury concerns, and Scott played a decent amount. I mean, he had 6 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown on 8 targets, 38% snap share. I think he's a pretty good player. He's a former wide receiver, I think, from Maine. So I think they're going to utilize him in the pass game. It's a good offense to be a part of. Wentz is like slinging the ball around a little bit more so than McCarthy. I think when McCarthy comes back, I think they'll be okay, though. I still believe in McCarthy. I think too many people have given up on him. But, yeah, I kind of like Xavier Scott. And, again, you don't have to spend anything to get him. So I think it's a good little stash. What do you think?
Yeah, sprinkle a couple bucks on him for sure. Absolutely. Get him on your bench, especially with a deep bench. Get him on your bench. Anything could happen with Mason. Yeah, for sure. He looks great, and he's got a great head of hair.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. That's true. Just like you, man. You got a great head of hair too.
Hey, thanks. It's thinning. I'm working on it though. I appreciate it.
You got to take some biotin. I think that helps a little bit.
I take biotin and
you take it already. Nice, brother. I like it. It's good you're on the biotin game.
Oh yeah.
When you get old, you start taking like 19,000 different supplements, and you make sure all the pipes are going clean.
I'm at the age now already where I have like this container, and every day has its own individual pill box. It's not like one of those long big pill boxes, but I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they have 2 different sections. Like what vitamins am I taking in the morning? What vitamins am I taking at night?
Nice.
And I'm like, bro, I'm 37. What am I doing?
I know. It's fucking crazy. I know. I've embraced the vitamin game insanely myself, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like,
but
there's some vitamins you definitely need to take, like vitamin D. You should take a nice fish oil. Make sure they're not rancid. Maybe fucking. Magnesium is another important one.
Turmeric.
Yeah, turmeric. Yes, for sure. Yeah, that's a good one for inflammation. So yeah,
vitamin T, H, and C.
Next week, vitamin T, H, and C. Yes. Next week we'll have a wellness show. Me and Will will tell you the best vitamins if you're over 35.
Yes. Yeah. The fantasy geriatric face-off.
Unless you're waking up with a Woody, like Woody Marks every morning, then you're in good shape. So.
Keep that going, baby. Never let that stop.
All right, I think we can move on to the receivers now.
Yeah.
Unless there's another guy you want to mention.
No, I think you hit everything for me, really.
I mean, they got the cuffs out there like Blake Corum, Giddens, Ollie Gordon, Manung guy stinks. Roshan Johnson, like I don't know why they're not using this guy. I mean, I feel like I'm stashing Roshan Johnson for $1 if he's out there, hoping that Ben Johnson gives him a shot at some point. Ray Davis, I don't feel crazy about because Ty Johnson would mix in. I don't think Ray Davis is that great.
I dropped Ray Davis in a bunch of leagues, and I love that guy, especially after watching him last year. But yeah, I'm not worried about him.
Rico Dowdle, I guess, if you're a Chuba owner, somebody you should probably stash. But that's about it.
Yeah, probably. I think That's probably about it. I'm looking over here at some of my
I'm not
notes
I'm
here.
not holding out hope for Jaden Blue. I don't see him doing anything anytime soon.
Although,
I guess
yeah,
Miles Sanders is a little bit hurt, right?
yeah, it looks like he got a knock.
Yeah,
But I mean, again, don't spend a whole lot. I mean, they don't like him. Clearly, do not like
yeah.
Javon Blue for whatever reason it is. The only thing I could say for deep leagues, Will Shipley. Oh,
Mm,
he just
good one.
looks electric, right?
Good one. Yeah,
If anything
100%.
happens to Saquon, he can step in and be like Saquon light. He looks really good. I know he's back from injury, and I don't think you could tell this past week. So that if you're in a deep league, I think Will Shipley's worth a pick. Don't spend
100%.
too much.
I like adding Will Shipley too. I've added him in some spots where he's available. I agree. He looks good too. I did like him coming out as well. Um,
Yeah, I think receivers good to go here.
Smitty says,
Question?
question. Yeah, we're just we're getting through the positional players. If you guys have any waivers relative to the position questions, we'll get to it. If you want to throw a super chat to bump it up, whatever it is, we'll answer it. If not, we'll get to it at the end of the show. So hang tight as you get through these players.
Hit the like.
Yeah, hit the like button, the subscribe button. Tons of good stuff coming your way every single week.
Lots of content. Get in the Discord.
Yeah, sign up for the Discord as well. And also the Patreon, right?
Yep.
All right. Receivers now. Let's start with the Malik Neighbors injury. Absolutely brutal.
That's
I mean, this
exactly
guy,
what I was
this
going to
guy
say.
is so freaking talented, and he gets Jackson Dart. You get a little more excited about it, and then he gets hurt early in the game, and it sucks because the Giants get a great win. Cam Scatterbo's giving the team life. Jackson Dart's giving the team life. Their defense is playing pretty damn well. They played pretty good against the Chargers. Got a ferocious defensive line. Dexter Lawrence with an unbelievable play, tipping it to himself and catching it on that interception against Herbert. But yeah, they lose Neighbors. So, we're looking at Wan'Dale Robinson, who's already highly owned, 49%. But the other guy who's been there forever, Darius Slayton, who's barely owned outside of best ball leagues. What do you think about Darius Slayton now with Jackson Dart stepping in for Neighbors?
I don't remember the exact numbers that he put up last year when Neighbors was not there, where it was really good. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I can't even find it. I apologize. Should have had that ready for you. But Darius Slayton is 100% pickup. If you're um, talking almost long term, I think for the season, he's going to be. Let's say you're a T Higgins owner, right? I'd be starting Darius Slayton over T Higgins.
Jesus.
Just given what's going on, I would
that's
happily start Darius Slayton over T
brutal.
Higgins rest of the season. Isn't that's crazy? I know but who else?
That's like
It's brutal.
freaking,
It's brutal. And it's like the one year that I really trusted T Higgins, and I have him all over the place.
Dude. T Higgins, he's so talented, but he can't stay healthy, and then Burrow can't stay healthy. So it's like you just should avoid the Bengals. It's just like but when they, Chase is the one guy, but T Higgins, man, if you ever played 17 games with Burrow, he'd have a great season. But you're right, man. It's so frustrating with him.
Yeah. It's almost droppable at this point, actually. But yeah, I can't remember the numbers. I just remember them being really, really good.
I'm looking at it now. Hang on. He had one game against the Seahawks. Neighbors was out. He went for 8 for 122 and a touchdown on 11 targets.
Yeah.
So against Seattle, and also there was another big game he had. Hold on.
Yeah, that might have been like half of his production last year.
He had a game against the Steelers. Was Neighbors was there, but he had 4 for 108 on 7 targets.
Was Robinson out that game?
Let me see. No, Wan'Dale was in that game as well.
Okay.
5 catches for 30 yards, typical Wan'Dale Robinson. I liked Wan'Dale Robinson, but like the way Daniel Jones just underneath. They've been trying to use him deeper this year. And then he had one other game where he had 11 targets, 6 catches, 57 yards. Against Dallas, he had 5 for 56. But that's kind of who Slayton is. He's like a long, deep ball type of receiver.
Yep. Yep.
He'll have a couple big games, and he'll kind of disappear. But he's played with some pretty shitty quarterback play. I mean, Daniel and offensive line play. Like Daniel Jones wasn't really good with the Giants, so maybe Jackson Dart gets a little bit of a bump. I don't mind if you need some receiver help. If you're a Neighbors owner, I mean, how much do you think you need to spend to get him? Not much, right?
Yeah, I don't know you need to spend a whole lot. If you're in a savvy league, yeah, you're probably gonna have to spend 20-25% of your FAAB to get them, maybe 30, maybe a little more. But in your average league, you can probably scoop them up for pretty cheap, 15-20%. If you're nervous about it, obviously drop a little bit more. You know your league better than we do. But I'm definitely putting some bids in for him in every league that I have T. Higgins in. I don't have a whole lot of my league Neighbors, which I was really, really annoyed with until last week. And I'm not celebrating an injury here. I'm just saying I was just annoyed with it until last week and this past week. But I'm definitely going after Darius Slayton wherever I have T. Higgins, and anywhere maybe I have like a dynasty Cooper Cup, right? Where he's had to go into my flex. That type of person where you've had to rely on someone that you thought you could rely on, but you can't. Spend a little bit more than you might think. I would say the starting 25%, somewhere around there, and then you have to increase off of what you know about your league, what you know about your scoring, and your own needs.
Would you rather have? I'll give you three guys, and you rank them.
Hit it. Let's do it.
Darius Slayton, 1% owned. Malik Washington with Tyreek out, 4% owned, or Isaiah Bond with Cedric Tillman now in the IR, 0% owned.
I want
and
nothing.
Dylan Gabriel coming into town now.
Like. I want nothing to do with Cleveland receivers besides the tight end stocks that I already have in Njoku and Fannin. I go Slayton. Ugh. Yeah, I go Slayton over both. Jackson Dart, he looks like a decent quarterback as far as accuracy goes, as far as his arm goes, and he shows that he's not afraid. Bet on himself and take the rock to the end zone when he needs to. So he's going to keep defenses honest, at least for the next couple of weeks, right? Maybe they figure it out. Maybe he falls. The Malik Washington. I mean, we see this the last couple of years with Miami. 1 week they're like, great. You're like, yeah, I'm in. I'm buying in. Cool. And the next 2 weeks you're like, all right, it's cool. It's cool. And then that next week it's like, what happened? The wheels fall off and everything sucks except for Achane, right? So yeah, definitely Slayton overall. But I'm taking Slayton over all those guys.
Yeah, the one thing you say about Slayton though is like you kind of know who he is.
Yeah.
So again, he's going to be kind of inconsistent. But he could be the number one guy there now. He's going to take that Neighbors role. And he has, Dart arguably his best quarterback. But Malik Washington's kind of interesting. I feel like, I kind of almost looked at him as like a replacement for Achane. Like if Achane went out, I feel like they would use him a lot in the backfield. So you kind of get that bonus as well. But, without Tyreek, they got Westbrook Akine there as well. But I feel like Washington, I think he could give you like, 5-6 catches maybe a game. So I think I rank him 1, probably Slayton 2, but Bond is interesting. I know that a lot of people thought Bond was better than Matthew Golden coming out of Texas. So, and he was playing over Tillman a little bit before he got hurt. So it seems like the coaching staff kind of likes him, but yeah, you're right. Like we don't really know what Dylan Gabriel is going to look like in the NFL. I don't know. What was he? I know he went ahead of Shador, but what was he, a 4th or 5th round pick?
Yeah.
And even if they go to Shador, like, we don't know how that's going to look in the NFL. So yeah, the Browns are the Browns. It's tough to rely on anybody. And, they're going to run the football with Judkins. You got Judy there. You got the 2 tight ends. They play a lot of that 12 personnel. But Bond is kind of interesting to me, but I think I'd put a bid in for like all 3 of these guys rather cheap. And I'd kind of be fine with getting any one of them. And just hoping for a breakout. But I kind of am a little bit excited from Malik Washington. not overly excited, but I think there is a room for a little bit of upside there without Tyreek. But if you get any one of these guys or two of these guys, I think whoever you end up with is fine.
Yeah, for sure. I'm putting Slayton in like a tier of his own on that one. Malik is right below it, I think. But I will say this. If there's a name out there that maybe isn't always on someone's radar and Steve says it, for anyone who's here and listening, and Steve says it, it's pretty solid. And I know this because I've been watching Face Off for a long time, and there's been some names like Okonkwo for one, maybe 2 years ago. And everyone on the show, I remember like Anthony was like, "Who? Okonkwo?" You know what I mean? But if you were in tight end trouble, you could just spot start him. You could, sit it and forget it for the rest of the season with Okonkwo. Steve has a way of just having these names that might not be on people's radars, and when you hear them, you go, "Who? Bond? Why are we talking about Bond?" Even if you're in a shallow league and you got a spot, right? You got someone you're like, I'm not really feeling it here. I can drop this guy. If that name pops up into the back of your head, Steve just has a way of finding these guys that you just don't expect to pop off. They pop off, and they're fantastic. It's not 100%, but it's like 90. So, like, for real. And I'm not, over here trying to blow smoke up your ass, but it's just legit. It's real. It just, the numbers speak for themselves.
50% of the time, it works every time. So
hell yeah. I'm putting money on Bond right now in every league. I just said I don't want anything to do with Cleveland.
Speaking of Okonkwo, we'll get to the tight ends, but supposedly Gunnar Helm is going to get more burn this week, so that might not be good for Okonkwo.
Well, listen, I didn't say it worked long term. I'm just saying it worked for that season.
Yeah. No, that was like 2 or 3 years ago. I remember.
Yeah.
Rashid
was it also Whittingham?
Rashid Shaheed was the other one I brought up.
Rashid Shaheed, that's right.
Yeah.
Rashid Shaheed, I think Rashid Shaheed wasn't that like that was like the Scott Fishbowl darling 2 years ago, wasn't he? I think he won a bunch of Scott Fishbowl leagues.
Because of return points, is that what it was?
Yeah. He went in like the 3rd round the next year.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed, the reason I liked him so much was because I was playing in a Yahoo League IDP that rewarded return points, and I picked him up because he was a returner, and I used him in my Super Bowl game, and he like won me the Super Bowl. And I played against my nephew. My nephew's like, "Who the hell is freaking Rashid Shaheed? He's fucking killing me."
You're like, "Who the hell is Dallas?"
So that's
awesome. But it's true. It's legit. I'm not blowing smoke. I'm not here just like it's legit. When there's these somewhat known, somewhat not on the fantasy radar names, Steve has a way of making sure that he says them, and when he says them, hit it. It's worth the money. It's worth the shot for sure.
Thanks for that, Will. Shout out to FF Rabbit Dad, Face Off guy, answering
What's up,
questions.
Rabbit Dad?
Answering, Ben answering questions in the chat. We'll have to get him on, maybe we'll get him on one of these shows soon as well. Always a good time with Ben, but thanks for taking care of those questions while we go through this. Let's see some other receivers here. Jalen Coker going to be working his way back pretty soon. I think he's a good stash. I was kind of excited about him. Leggett has shown nothing. Bryce Young could certainly utilize another receiver. Thielen is out of the way, obviously. So, Coker, I think, had a pretty good connection with Bryce last year. Maybe that's what Bryce needs, another guy to kind of contribute. So another guy I like to stash, still just 8% owned.
Yeah. Definitely worth a pickup. He's kind of like along the lines of what's the guy from Seattle? Thornton?
Torrey Horton, yeah.
Horton. What? Thornton. Yeah. He's kind of along the lines of that. Yeah, it's kind of similar. Definitely getting an increased share.
Hortons.
Who else is around him?
Hortons is the freaking breakfast place, isn't it? Hortons.
Oh my God, I forgot about those.
Hortons.
I forgot. Is it Hortons? I feel like we're close. That might be it.
I think it's Hortons.
Oh man,
might not be Hortons. I don't know.
You remember Shoney's?
Bob Evans, Shoney, dude. I told you the story about Shoney's, right?
Yes. Freaking
Dude,
Shoney's.
I'm in Richmond, Virginia. I don't know, like 15 years ago. My brother-in-law and my mother-in-law and my wife. I don't even think we were married at that point. I'm like, oh, let's go to dinner. So we're driving around, and we're like, where should we go? And then her brother's like in the back goes, we can go to Shoney's. And then her mother-in-law goes, I ain't going to no Shoney's. So yeah,
dude, I was raised on Shoney's.
yeah, Shoney's is good. You know what I used to like when we used to come to Florida, like visit my grandma when I was young. I used to like going to Denny's.
Oh yeah.
Denny's is still pretty good, but yeah, Shoney's they're few and far between now. But anyway, we ended up at we ended up at like a Ruby Tuesday, so it wasn't like that much better than a Shoney's anyway.
No,
So,
it's twice as expensive. I'm going Shoney's. At least it's a buffet. The grits might be the wateriest grits you ever had in your life, but I'm still going Shoney's.
Yeah. 100%, man. Shoney's is pretty damn solid. Where were we at here? What the hell are we talking about? Oh,
we're talking Shoney's. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking buffets.
Torrey Horton got to
Torrey Horton.
Yeah. Got to Shoney's somehow. But so Jalen Coker, I kind of like
that. I think Torrey Horton is along the lines of Coker. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and Horton I kind of like, just 2% owned. I feel like he kind of can emerge more and more as the season goes on. I like adding him. Again, you don't have to spend a ton for these guys, maybe 50, 60 bucks. He didn't really do anything last week. So, maybe even less, maybe 20 bucks. Again, it depends on your league. If it's a deeper league, I'm mostly speaking from a deeper league standpoint, which I probably shouldn't be. But if you have like 4 or 5 bench spots, you probably don't have to spend much at all. Maybe a couple bucks, for $100 FAAB going into the year budget. So, but yeah, definitely a guy to keep an eye on. All right. Anybody else you want to mention before I list off a couple more guys? Oh, did we lose Will? Oh. All right. What happened, bro? I didn't even notice he left.
No, it's all good. I saw a delay, so I just wanted to reset it. I could tell
there
was a little bit of in the audio there.
Gotcha. I was going to say, is there anybody else you wanted to mention at the receiver position?
I still think that there's certain leagues you can get Ian Manor in, and maybe he's not setting the world on fire last week, but definitely worth a shot. Ruby Tuesdays was the bomb. I would say the best thing that Ruby Tuesdays had were those little pumpernickel croutons at the salad bar. Does anybody remember those?
No, I only went there maybe like twice in my whole life for Tuesdays.
So I don't like to admit this, but I spent a long time as a bartender and in restaurants. My first restaurant gig was at a Ruby Tuesdays. I didn't know shit. I didn't know how to make an old fashioned. I didn't know how to make a Bloody Mary. It's literally mix and vodka. I had no clue. But I lied and said I knew it all. But what's nice about Ruby Tuesdays is that every time somebody ordered a drink, there was a screen. You could just hit a button and it would tell you how to make everything. So that was my study. So yeah. Nice. But anyway, I ate a bunch of those croutons.
You're getting people drunk off one drink probably all the time, bro.
Oh, for sure. Oh, their liquor cost was through the roof. Through the roof. I'm sorry, guys.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think you hit it with Coker for sure. If you get into the deeper ones, I still think that Ian Manor, if he's out there, get him if you can. I doubt he's out there, but if he is, get him. Marvin Mims, worth a shot, right? He's been really disappointing his whole career, but I think Marvin Mims is worth a shot. Other than that, yeah, I think that's it. I can't think of anybody else, really.
Tyquan Thornton's going to be hurt by the presence of Xavier Worthy, but he's still 31% owned. Hollywood Brown, 44%. Like, these guys are almost droppable because Rashee Rice is coming back soon too. So it's like, how much are they really?
I would hold on to Hollywood though.
Yeah, no, I would hold on to both these guys right now, but pretty soon, with Rice coming back, we'll have to see it. You're not going to expect a ton of them if you have better options. Adonai Mitchell, I mean, he looked great, but he made that bonehead play and also had that holding call against that huge Taylor run. But he kind of got the playing time with Pierce out. He's kind of going to need that, especially after those mistakes he made now. But he's an interesting player because he is really, really talented. Christian Kirk, 35%
Super
owned.
athlete.
I feel like, yeah, he is. Christian Kirk, I feel like if he's out there, 6 for 45, 12 targets his last 2 games. I feel like he's a decent ad. I think he'll have some decent games down the stretch. I don't mind spending a decent amount on Christian Kirk. What do you think?
I think everywhere Christian Kirk goes, he just proves that he's worth having on your roster, right? Good team, bad team, doesn't matter. He's gonna get it every once in a while. So yeah, what do you think? What kind of percentage on your let's say $1,000 budget? 15, 10 to 15, 10, 12, 15?
Yeah, then I guess you got to go by like league depth and how many bench spots you have too. But yeah, I would say Kirk. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe at this point, like, did you say $15 or 15%?
Percent.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I would say a little bit less. I would say like
We got that
10%.
lag again, by the way. Sorry about
Is that
that.
my lag or is that my lag or your lag? Hmm. Anyway, we're good. Yeah, I would say like 10. I would say like
No, it might
10%
be
maybe.
mine.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Um,
that.
Hey man, it's the internets, bro. What are you gonna do? It's gonna happen from time to time. All right, couple more guys, then we'll get into your questions, and we'll get into tight ends, then we'll get into your questions. Um, Luke McCaffrey, any interest? Had a nice return, also caught a touchdown in back-to-back games. He's got that CMC McCaffrey bloodlines. Ed McCaffrey, Super Bowl champion. His mom was like a all-star college player. His grandfather was an Olympic runner from Fair Lawn, New Jersey. So he's got elite bloodlines. You can get him for nothing. I say, if Terry's going to be out a couple weeks, maybe if not, maybe McCaffrey starts to step up a little bit more. I don't mind him as a stash if you get him for ultra cheap. What do you think?
Yeah, I was really interested in McCaffrey when he hit the league. Sometimes you got to just kind of wait on these receivers to come out. Yeah, if Terry's out, what else are they going to do? Ertz, Senate, who else is there? Yeah, I mean, like you take the bloodline into account, like you said, he's like a thoroughbred, right?
Yeah.
So you would imagine
Yeah.
he's going to come true. So yeah, he's worth it. I wouldn't go too crazy. I mean, if you're in a deep
No.
league or dynasty,
This is
obviously
this is this is a
that's
guy you
different.
could get. Yeah, this is a guy you could probably get for like, maybe like $10 in
Yeah,
$1,000 fab, maybe like in $100 fab, you could probably get him for like $1 or maybe get him for zero. You get him for nothing really. Put a
right. Or if
$0
you
bill on.
missed, right, or if you missed on one of those other, wide receivers that
Yeah.
spent some money on, like Coker or Iron Manor or not Robinson, Slayton, um, then just scoop him up after the waivers go through.
Yeah. Cavante Turpin, 15% owned. I bet on his prop. It was 30.5 and he had 30 yards. So I lost by a half a yard on
Oh,
Sunday night. But I feel like, with Lamb out, a couple more games, with Dak throwing the ball around. I know Tolbert had some big catches too. I don't mind, using Turpin. I kind of thought that was a decent spot to use him last week. He could have some big games. Could be hard to predict. Again, another guy you could get cheap, but Dak's playing good. CeeDee Lamb's out. I don't mind using him. This guy was like I think he was like the arena or AFL MVP back in like 2019 or some shit like that. So he
yeah,
can ball. He can ball, but
yeah.
you don't have to spend too much to get him. But I don't mind adding him.
And what do you want from receivers? Your receivers you're adding off of waiver wire is shitty defense, right?
Yeah, exactly. So Dallas is gonna be a lot of shootouts. Are gonna be throwing the ball
Yeah.
a lot.
Again, you're not going to do much, but that's like the 10% range, right?
Yeah. Like again, it depends on league size and stuff, but you gotta feel it out with your budget, but you don't have to go too
And
crazy.
yeah, and you got Jets, Carolina, Washington. So not bad for the next 3 weeks. Then it's Denver, Arizona,
Yeah, but by that time,
and bye.
CD would probably be back. So he's like
Right,
he's a good
right.
2-3 week option
Yeah, he's a filler.
during the bye weeks. All right, let's move on to the tight ends. Let's start with the guy who caught 2 touchdowns, Darren Waller, last night. Just 8% owned. I mean, everybody and their mother pretty much gave up on this guy. He started the season on IR, but he comes back and, he looks pretty good. He's beaten Sauce Gardner for a touchdown in the back of the end zone. Tyreek's out now. We saw how much they used Jonnu Smith last year at the tight end position. So, I mean, there's not that many good studs at the tight end position. I feel like you just take a shot on him and hope for the best. And I don't mind spending a decent amount. I'm not going to go too crazy, but, I'll spend maybe 60, 70, 80 bucks maybe. I don't know. I'll take a shot on him. I feel like he may be decent in this role in Miami. What do you think?
Yeah, I think if anything destroys the Malik take, it's going to be him. It's going to be Darren Waller. I think that
Right. True.
if you're going to spend up, it's probably going to be in a tight end premium of some sort. But chances are he's probably already been stashed, but doesn't mean you shouldn't take a look and see. If you're in a tight end premium, I'm spending a lot. I'm going to spend a lot. What did he say? Well, I can't remember exactly what the lyrics were in his song that he put out with Gruden. Remember when they were in the office and they were rapping about it, and he said something about every time I'm on the field, they're scheming against me, something like that. And he's not wrong. While the flow sucked and the song was horrible, he's not wrong. When he played for the Raiders, and he was on the field, every scheme was to try to shut him down. And guess what? Every scheme failed. And same thing in New York. I think that if you're in a tight end premium at all, he's worth a ton of your FAAB. I really do, especially if you had Kittle or you had Kelsey.
Tight end premium. Yeah, you want to drop a lot.
You're going to drop. I would drop almost everything on him. But regular leagues, still, even in your standard, PPR leagues, if you're a Kelsey owner, you're a Kittle owner, you bet on Fannin or Njoku or something like that. You went late. Right here, that is Darren Waller is going to be just a sit and forget it type tight end, I think.
Yeah, you just got to hope he stays healthy. But if he does stay out there, I think you're right. I think he'll be pretty decent. I think I think he's gonna be pretty decent. A tight end premium, no brainer. Try to get him.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, what are you saying?
He's got not the Tyreek speed, but he has the speed with the route running savvy, and the strength and the size on top of it. So
and smart too. He kept both those feet in
smart.
Again back. Yeah,
he's always been mad smart.
Yeah, and there's a lot of players in the league that younger players that still can't get both feet in. Darren Waller. I mean, I kind of gave up on him. I don't want to go too crazy, but I think now that I think about it, with the Tyreek injury and the way they used Jonnu last year and the way Tua is, it just seems like he's going to be involved and maybe more so in the red zone than anything. But we'll see.
This might be crazy, but there's 2 leagues right now where I have big bids in on Darren Waller, and I'm dropping Fannin, and it sucks. I really do believe in Fannin, but I have they're 2 Kittle leagues as well, where he's almost sitting on my IR, and it's one of those things where what's the difference between the floor and the upside?
Do you have to drop Fannin though?
I have to look again. They're kind of short benches.
Tight end premium, you said?
No, PPR. But Fannin hasn't. Fans get it, I get it, but like unless Joku does get moved, and
Yeah,
maybe obviously maybe you wait. Maybe I should try to find someone else and wait,
yeah.
see what happens with the new quarterback.
I'm a fan and guy. I'm not going to hate on it going after
I'm a
Waller.
big fan of guy. Yeah,
Waller has certainly showed out in this league before, and he's looked pretty nimble out there. So I don't totally hate it. It's a little maybe it's he could get a lot more concentration than Fannin for sure. So not going to hate on that one. All right, another guy that was interesting on Monday night, Mason Taylor.
yeah.
He kind of had a slow start to the year, but nice game, 5 for 65, 7 targets, 81% snap share, 11.5 fantasy points. Jeremy Ruckert was kind of getting burned in the beginning of the year. Mason Taylor was kind of like, slowly getting involved. But the last couple of weeks, he's been the guy. And again, the Jets, they have Garrett Wilson, and then, their second receivers are a bunch of like number 4s and 5s and 6s, Arian Smith,
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Josh Reynolds,
Don't
Alan Lazard, huh? What?
stop that. That's right. That's the name right there. Don't you take away from Aaron Rodgers' crown prince of Alan Lazard.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm hoping they trade him to Pittsburgh, but we'll see.
Yeah.
He is a good run blocker, though, and he shows up every now and then. But anyway, my main point is that just the number 2 spot there is horrible. So Mason Taylor steps in, and we saw Cole Kmet have a career season with Justin Fields a couple of years ago. Cole Kmet had a pretty nice season. He does. Fields kind of likes to take those check downs in the middle of the field where the tight end is at. So, I feel like Mason Taylor, nice momentum. After last week, it was the Dolphins defense. They're not good in the secondary, but tight end premium especially, but even in PPR leagues, I feel like he's a guy, good pedigree coming out of college, a guy you got to take a chance on.
And you got Dallas next week, so it should be the same. So especially if you're looking for a bye week replacement here, 100%. You've got looks like week 1 target, week 2 is 2 targets, 3 is 6. Last week was 7 targets. So if I'm going off of my own just understanding of who I'm looking at in waivers and who I want to add and who I don't, you got that six target week. It was only 5.8 fantasy points in PPR, but it was still, it's still pretty good. It's still pretty solid if you're looking at targets. And I think targets are more important than the points early on. And then it stays the same or increases, but his snap percentage went from 74 to 81. So that's where I'm like, all right, yeah, he's 100% on my radar, someone I want to pick up. What do you drop? Obviously, we're keeping tight end premium at bay. Like necessarily, obviously, you drop a lot on that. But if you just need a bye week replacement.
Yeah, but I think it's more than a bye week replacement, though. This is like a season-long play, as well.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So
I'm dropping a decent amount. Like, if I really need a tight end, $99, $100.
Out of 1,000.
Yeah, out of 1,000 budget. Yeah.
Yeah.
If 100 budget, maybe I'm dropping like 12, 15, 16, maybe if I really need a tight end. Something like that. I feel like he's going to have a solid role. I can't say it for certain, but it makes sense based on the Jets have no other options. Fields likes the tight ends. Cole Kmet had a career season. The Jets are going to have to be throwing a lot, probably more so than they want to, because their defense can't stop anybody right now.
Yeah.
So, I feel like it's not a bad little long-term play and a good bye week play as well, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not sure if it's like the Anthony Servino mindset on tight ends, but I've found myself, and I feel like maybe since I started listening to the show back in the day, was always spending a little bit more than you probably should on tight ends off the waivers, because I always went cheap in the draft. But if you're going to do it on one, it's this guy and I think not Darius. Who were we just talking about?
Darren Waller.
Thank you, Darren Waller.
Yeah.
It's these two. for sure. Yeah.
Brenton Strange, a little higher owned, 28%. 6 for 45, 7 targets. Hunter Long, this guy, 3 for 23 and a touchdown. He's a little bit in the way. I actually did go to the Jaguars camp, and that guy, Hunter Long, had the best catch in camp. He made a sick diving catch in the end zone. And then he, like, before I left the practice, he was like hurt or whatever, but I guess, whatever, he's fine now. But anyway, he's a good little player, so he's a little bit involved, but I do like Brenton Strange too. Do you prefer Strange over Taylor and Waller, or do you like Taylor and Waller a little bit more, and maybe you can get these guys cheaper than Strange?
If I'm ranking them, I think I'd still put Waller, and maybe I shouldn't because it's only 1 week, but I'm going to go Taylor, Waller, Strange, and maybe it's because I have Strange in a couple of different spots, and I'm like, it's not what I thought it was going to be.
I mean, you got him cheap, right?
Yeah,
So like, yeah.
But I just had really high expectations. That's all. But I think everyone did for that offense.
Yeah, I mean, he's been decent, right? I mean, he hasn't been terrible. What's he done?
Yeah.
Let's look at what he's done. 19 catches for 182 yards so far this year. No touchdowns, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's pretty solid. I think he definitely needs to be owned 100%. If he's out there, I think he's a good little ad. 7 for 61 against the Texans, 4 for 59 week 1 against Carolina, and then last week 7 for 45. So, yeah, I mean, he's been pretty solid. I mean, overall solid for fantasy. Not, nothing crazy, but he's giving you what, 10, 11 points pretty much every week. You can't really ask for too much more.
No, you know what? You're right. I got to take some of that back. I apologize.
No, he's been decent.
I get so obsessed sometimes with my Scott Fish full lineup. I'm like, dude, you were supposed to be my savior. You're supposed to be my guy. But you're right. No, you're 100% right. I got to correct everything I just said there. Strange would be the number one for sure.
But I also think that Taylor and Waller could be better than him rest of the year.
Could be, but he's solid, like you said.
No, yeah, he's giving you solid numbers for sure, and he's a good player too. I think he's
only 1 week, less than 9, almost 10 PPR points.
Yeah, he's a good player
for a tight end.
But again, more owned in leagues than Taylor and Waller. Nobody else really out there. Tommy Tremble, 5 for 42 and a touchdown. 8 targets, 75% snap share. I can't get excited about Tommy Tremble though. I just can't do it right now. Maybe I need to take a better look at him, but I don't know. I get tremble when I talk about Tommy.
You get a little tremors.
Tremors 4 is coming out this summer, by the way. Along with Substitute 9 is coming out too. Substitute.
Dude, I get the tremors every time I talk about the Carolina team. Nothing has worked the way we thought it was. It's kind of almost like the Jacksonville team, except for Smart or Brenton Strange might be the only one that really. Well, I guess Travis Etienne's coming out, but yeah, I'm not getting excited about Tommy Tremble. I mean, keep your eyes on him. I guess.
Tremors was a good movie, though, wasn't it? The first one. After.
Define good.
I mean, I thought it was pretty. It was different. Yeah,
different. Oh yeah, it was different.
You had the father. You had the father from Facts of Life. What was that movie?
Yeah.
What was that show with Michael J. Fox growing up, and the father?
Was that Facts of Life?
Facts of Life. Yeah, the father was in it. You had Kevin Bacon was in it, right?
Holy shit.
Who else was in Tremors? There was a couple other. I think there was like one other big actor in that. But I remember I was a kid, like I used to play with the pillows and like jump on the shit, and, like pretend the Tremors were on the floor. But anyway, Aronde Gatson. I got a little bit of
Fred Ward.
Huh? Oh, Fred Ward.
Reba McEntire.
Oh, Reba McEntire.
Reba
McEntire. She was married and they had all the guns in the house. Remember? They fucking had like 20,000 guns. Yeah, that was a great movie. But then they had Tremors 2 and 3. And I don't know why you make 14 Tremors. You just need one. But
Yeah, it's like Terminator.
Yeah, but Terminators were actually all pretty good. Like Substitute, once you got to like Substitute 3, it was just, a joke. Like the first one was pretty good. Yeah, but after like a couple, like how many more times is this guy gonna get in trouble school after school and have to
First
go
one
on
was
all
great.
go on all these missions, like kill people in the school and shit.
Right. And you got to melt something.
Yeah, so yeah, the first one was good. First Substitute was solid.
Super good.
All right, one more. Around Gatson, I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he could be a thing. You don't have to spend a lot for him. You should have got him last week, maybe. You got him cheap. I added him in a lot of spots last week. I don't know how much he's going to do.
Yes.
I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be patient with him for now, though.
For sure. Yeah.
Another week or two.
I got him everywhere I needed him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not going to have to spend a lot to get him. That's like a sub 10%. That's like a 5% FAAB bid.
Yeah. All right. Let's blow through these. Then we'll get to the questions. We'll try to answer all your questions before we get out of here. We'll do a rapid fire on the questions, guys. Thanks for everybody for joining us tonight. Make sure you are hitting the like, subscribe buttons as well. Hit the notification button. We got tons of content for you guys every single week. We have a Discord. We have what's the other thing?
Patreon.
Yes, we have a Patreon as well. Shout out to Ben again for answering the questions in the chat. Ben is a face-off member for a while now, so shout out to Ben for taking care of that for us. All right, one more guy at the tight end position, Isaiah Likely. Looks like he is going to be making his debut, or made his debut last week, but didn't have a single target on a 46% snap share. I think I'm only adding Likely if I'm an Andrews owner, but do you think it's even worth adding him regardless? Because whenever Likely gets a full opportunity, he is very, very talented. Like once Andrews is out of the question, he's going to be one of the better tight ends in fantasy, but he needs Andrews to kind of get out of the way. So are you adding him regardless, or just like if you're an Andrews owner, or not at all?
I guess if I'm an Andrews owner, I might even be more frustrated to own him, right? Because then you get into that battle of who do I start, unless Andrews goes down. I think I might just let him lie, and I'm definitely not spending a lot. Yeah, I'm really interested in Mike, and that's probably going to bite me in the ass, but
yeah. Tremors 2 was lit, and then Ben says I could talk for hours about the Tremors franchise. Another
let's
good
do
idea.
it right now. Send him the link. Get in here. Let's do it. We'll do a watch along for the rest of the night.
We'll stay up to 5:30 in the morning, eating cheese balls and fucking yeah. All right. I don't want to mention kickers. If you guys want to watch the kicker video, Hoff does a kicker breakdown every single week. I will mention a couple of defenses though. The Browns defense against Carson Wentz, that could be a nice little defense this week. Carson Wentz is obviously a turnover prone guy. He takes a bunch of sacks, took 6 sacks last week through 2 interceptions. So I kind of like that. They're just 8% owned. We saw what they did to Jordan Love and the Packers a couple weeks ago. Giants defense against New Orleans and Rattler. That's another good one. And
Cardinals versus Tennessee.
Cardinals versus Tennessee is not terrible. I kind of like Cleveland and the Giants more, though. What do you think?
Oh yeah. For sure.
But yeah, Cardinals is not a
Cleveland
one.
is Cleveland's Minnesota though.
Minnesota, yeah. But you got like I just mentioned, Wentz threw 2 picks last week, took 6 sacks. So that's what Wentz does. He'll put up points, but he's going to turn the ball over and take a lot of sacks. It's kind of what Carson Wentz is.
For sure.
Seattle defense, if they're still out there somehow, definitely add them. They're legit. 50% owned.
Absolutely.
So Yahoo leagues, they're just half of the leagues he's still there. Colts defense against Geno, 22%. That's not a bad one either. So I kind of like those ones.
How do you feel about the Rams against San Francisco if Pearsall doesn't play?
Yeah, I like that one for sure. I trust the Rams defense. Yeah, I don't know if they'll give you a ton of points, but yeah, I mean, like who's it gonna be really? Juwan Jennings is not practicing either. Like who the hell? Demarcus Robinson. Like, yeah, it's yeah, I like the Rams defense. They should give you maybe at least 8 to 10 points. Purdy's not like a huge turnover guy, but he should take some sacks and maybe you get some points on like the Niners only scoring like 13 points or something like that with all those guys out. Yeah, Rams defense is solid. That's a defense I'm kind of holding the whole year right now. But yeah, these are some pretty good options on the wire this week. So it's a good week to stream defenses. Most weeks are good weeks to stream defenses, but these are some good ones that I don't think are going to be owned in a lot, like the Giants, even the Saints. I don't know. I wouldn't go with the Saints against Dart. That's not a good one, but yeah, those ones we mentioned before. All right, let's get into the questions now. We'll kind of rapid fire. We'll kind of rapid fire these. We'll go all the way back to the top. We'll see what we got. I know Ben answered a lot of these, but maybe we'll give our thoughts on some of these. Jared started off the show with Ben. Our boy Jared says, need running back depth upgrade. Would you trade McBride, Hunt for Juwan Johnson and Monty PPR? No, I would not trade Trey McBride for Monty. No.
Yeah, no.
I think you got to get a better running back there. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
He's got another one, or Keenan Allen, Corum for Charb and Rashid Shaheed. I think I'd rather have Keenan Allen and Corum than Charb and Shaheed as well. So I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah, especially since Charb is not injured, but is already knocked up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Charb is probably a little bit of an upgrade. Is an upgrade over Corum because he's going to get more usage. Like we saw last week, he scored the touchdown. So that's not a terrible one. But Corum is, I mean, he's one of the best handcuffs in the league too. So, but Charbonnet is a great handcuff too. I mean, if Walker goes down, Charbonnet is going to get elite usage. So that's not a terrible one.
It doesn't even feel like a handcuff.
That's not a terrible one to chase. I don't mind it. You could do it, but I don't think you need to do it. I think I would search for something else. Should I drop? Ezekiel says, should I drop Andrews or Kincaid for Waller? Jeez, I wouldn't drop either one for Waller.
Yeah, I don't think you need to.
No, I don't think Kincaid again.
I like Waller. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, not for those two, right? Jared Foran says, who are some sleeper running backs that should be
probably
rostered?
Answered that with the running back.
Yeah, we kind of went over that. We pointed out a lot of those guys. Xavier Scott, maybe Justice Hill, not Justice Hill. What am I talking
Will Shipley.
Bashard Smith's one. Yeah, Will Shipley's another good one. Kendrick Miller, Bashard Smith.
One that we didn't mention, but just popped in my head though, is Keaton Mitchell. If
he hasn't played a snap yet, right? Keaton Mitchell.
I feel like he has. It's not been great. It hasn't been great, but if you're looking for a sleeper, a deep sleeper, he's probably one that you can just sit on and see what happens.
Yeah, like if Henry goes down, Mitchell's definitely going to get elevated. Yeah. So,
right.
But I don't think he's played it down. I think it's been Rasheen Ali, and Justice Hill so far.
It's been all Ali.
Yeah. Yeah, Ali, and he hasn't played a game, but yeah, I mean,
I knew he's been a healthy scratch a couple times, but
yeah, no, he hasn't played yet this year. But yeah, a guy to keep an eye on. If you're a Henry owner, I think it's not bad. Ali actually hasn't looked terrible either.
Yeah.
So I guess he's the preferred option over Mitchell at this point. You'd have to think, right? For the
Ravens. Yeah, clearly with the stats that you just gave.
Yeah. All right, we answered that before. Browns or Cards defense this week, Shield. I'm going with Browns. I think Will, you are too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Kanoa Build says Malik Washington or Darius Slayton claim. We should have answered this earlier, but Will like Slayton. I kind of like Malik, so we're kind of split there. The Smitty says start 2 running backs: Monty, Benson, Henderson, or Marks.
This week, what do the Lions have?
I'm pulling up the schedule now.
The Lions play the Bengals. Oof. All right,
That's
so
a
I'm
good
going
matchup.
Monty and Marks.
Marks gets the Texans. Benson, we don't know if he's playing.
Oh, Marks
Yet.
gets the Ravens, yeah.
We don't know if Benson's playing. And then Trevion.
Who knows?
Who are they playing?
New England
Bills.
is playing. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Going,
That's a mix right now with Ramondre and Gibson. And, if you get to the end zone, that could increase, I guess, a little bit this week. Maybe he gets more receiving usage. But yeah, I think I'm with you. Monty is one. And you like Marks over Henderson?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
That's
Against
close.
that Bills defense.
That's close. I would go with if Benson doesn't. What if Benson plays? Would you go with Benson against the Titans? That's a good one. Titans.
If Benson plays, yeah. If Benson plays, then I'm probably going Monty Benson. But if he doesn't play, I'm going Monty Marks.
All right. Yeah, I would say Monty Benson. If Benson's out, I would say it's very close between Henderson and Marks. Pick up Waller and drop Ertz from Bob Hope. Bob
Yeah,
Hope,
I mean,
wasn't he the late night
yeah,
talk show
Bob
host?
Hope. He did. Yeah, he did a lot of the USO stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
Comedian, singer, entertainer.
So what do you think? You dropping Ertz for Waller, or are you keeping Ertz?
I mean, yeah, it's fine. I think I like Darren Waller rest of the season over Ertz. I love Ertz. He's got a special place in my heart.
I think.
But,
I mean, you're excited about Waller. I mean, I kind of am too, but I still think I would keep Ertz over Waller right now. I don't know.
I'm pumped about Waller. I think that
it is interesting. It is.
Yeah. I'm going Waller.
All right. Would you start Rattler over Purdy? No.
Hell no.
Next.
You felt weird typing that. These Smitty. If that's your real name. You felt weird typing. You were like, I think I'm getting too cute, but let's find out. You're getting too cute.
Yeah, I can't do that, man. I know he's not going to have much out there, but I mean, it could work out, man. So you do you. Mad Max 76 says my bench is starting to get crowded. Have Genty, Kyron Williams, Chubb, Woody, Scatabo, Tracy, and Oliver Gordon. Now it's Oliver Gordon. I like that.
Oliver Gordon sounds like
if you
the
had
general
to,
manager of your local Olive Garden.
Yeah, I did go to Olive Garden the other night, actually.
Aren't you
wasn't
Italian?
bad. Yeah, I know. Anthony and I used to talk about this all the time. Like, I'd be like, "Where's Shane?" Anthony's like, "No, man, I love Olive Garden. I go there all the time. No shame." We go there. See, the thing is, like, I live in Florida now, so like the Italian restaurants are few and far between.
Yeah,
there's not as many and there's not as many pizza, casual Italian places. Like New Jersey, they're all over the place. So here, it's like you kind of go a little bit more fine dining.
Yeah.
So you take the kids, it's just easy. They get the tablets, get the breadsticks, and I got a cheese pasta. It wasn't bad. I bought a bottle of wine for $26. It was good.
We just had somebody at our dealership retired, and she loved Olive Garden, so we got Olive Garden out.
Nice.
The chicken parm cutlets that we got, they weren't bad. They weren't bad. They were pretty solid.
It's not terrible. The chicken carbonara pasta is pretty good too.
Thanks. What the hell do I know?
It's decent every once in a while. It's and the place was freaking packed, which is crazy. You see people on hot, dressed up for hot date nights. Give them credit. Anyway, who we dropping here? I think Oliver Gordon, right?
He has Genty, Williams, Woody, Scatabo, Tracy, Oliver Gordon. Well, you can probably see on your IR. He's still got the out So you might be able to put him on your IR and not drop anybody. But if you
Yeah,
had to,
yeah,
yeah, it'd be Olive Garden Gordon,
yeah,
or yeah, that's probably it.
yeah.
Either him or that's it.
Olive Garden Gordon. I like that. Let's go
Yeah,
with that
drop
the
him
rest
like
of
I have that waiter drop that Parmesan cheese on my salad every single time. Keep going, buddy. Don't stop. Look me right in the eyes when you do it too.
Did you ever see the SNL skit with what the hell is it? Cheese Boy? Is it Cheese?
Jeez, that sounds familiar, but I
No,
don't.
it's
I
Chris
can't
Farley.
recall.
It's Chris Farley and Adam Sandler. Oh, Pepper Boy. Adam Sandler's the Pepper Boy in the Italian restaurant.
Those two together on SNL were so underrated. Lunch Lady Land, come on.
Oh, dude, that was unbelievable. SNL was
You know,
unbelievable when those guys were on. All right, and it's Jared
well,
says,
PPR Woody or Henderson.
yeah, Woody or Henderson. You said Woody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a split. I think I slightly lean Henderson. In the Superflex League, have Lamar. Who would you prioritize between Cooper Rush, Dylan Gabriel, and Mac Jones?
Hmm.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know if Purdy's definitely playing.
And we don't
Mac
know
Jones,
if Lamar is definitely out.
no, Lamar's out. I think
Oh, for real?
that's almost a given. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't realize that.
yeah.
I'm
The
going Cooper Rush.
the Browns get the Vikings. That is not a good matchup for Dylan Gabriel.
Right.
Cooper Rush, yeah. Who they got? The Texans. That's not a great matchup either. Who the Niners playing? Oh, the Rams. Jesus, dude, all those matchups are terrible. It's a super flex league though, so there's not many guys out there. You know, it's tough.
Yeah, but hold on. I'm sorry. Look at all these.
I think I would go with Mac Jones or Cooper Rush. I can't go with Gabriel against the Vikings.
So I'm looking here just to see what's up with Brock. I think it's what I'm seeing here. They have the Rams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the Rams. Yeah, it's Thursday night, man. That's rough. Headline says hopefully Toe doesn't keep him out, but it says hopefully. But the link that I clicked on says Toe won't keep him out. So who knows?
Yeah, you don't know if Mac Jones is going to play. Definitely play. Yeah, so you probably got to go with Cooper. I go with Cooper Rush, I think.
Just keep your eyes on your roster Thursday night. Make sure that you're paying attention to what happens, because if Mac Jones doesn't go, then yeah, go Cooper.
Yeah, but he's got to pick somebody up probably. You know, so if he picks up Mac Jones and he doesn't start, he's screwed. That's why I said.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
So I think you got to go Cooper Rush there. I think. I mean, you
Yeah.
could go with
Yep.
Gabriel too, but I think I'd rather go with Cooper. The one thing you could say about I think I'd go with Cooper Rush. That's my play there.
Go Cooper. That's a safe play.
36.5 total in England between Vikings Browns. Jesus. At least the Ravens is 39.5 and they're home.
Yeah.
So I'll take that.
Yeah.
And Cooper Rush, he's had a couple starts in the NFL. So, he might be able to give you 15, 20 points. But we're trying to match.
And it's super flex too. So keep in mind, it's super flex. So
could go with another.
Have to start the quarterback, dude. Like, you don't necessarily have to start that quarterback. You could.
True.
Can you pivot here and get a running back, tight end, or wide receiver there?
Yeah, you could. If you feel like you have a good upside guy that could match the quarterback, you could do that.
I've won a couple weeks already this year in a dynasty that's super flex, and I had to take over an orphan league or an orphan team that had like one startable quarterback, and I'm 2-2, not great, but I think all 4 weeks I've started only one quarterback. So you never know. It could match up.
Yeah, I think that in Superflex, I think people go a little too crazy for the quarterbacks, and so if you grab those positional players, it can help you out early sometimes.
Yep.
All right, who would you sit for Quentin John? Who would you sit
Chase
Chase
for Quentin
All right.
Johnson.
I mean, it's reasonable at this point.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Would you do it?
Yeah,
Bengals get the Lions
I
and a
don't think
40,
I would.
49.5 total. And the Chargers get who the Chargers playing? The Commanders, 47.5 total.
I think Quentin's the dude there.
I don't mind.
Jamar.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
What time is the game? What time are those games?
Time of the games 4:25 for the Chargers. Both are at 4:25.
Both are 4:25.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going Quentin Johnson, man. I mean,
Lions do have some injuries in the secondary.
It sucks, but you got him at least, right? It sucks that you had to draft Chase, but at least you have Quentin. At least you have QJ.
The only league I took Quentin Johnson in is my highest money league. And the only reason I took him, and I liked Quentin Johnson coming out. I thought he was actually going to be a good player, but I kind of gave up on him. But the only league I took him in, the only reason I took him is because it was that Friday night game, and we were doing the draft that night, and it was a look ahead, so you could add him, to the roster, and he was going off in that first half. So I drafted him in like the 8th round or whatever, and he's been great. He's been like one of my best receivers.
Yeah.
So I got lucky there.
Yeah. R.I.P. Live McConkey owners.
Oh my God. Yeah, he had a bad game. He had like 3 drops, and I think he had a penalty as well. I mean, he's going to have some big games. It's not going to be the consistency that he was last year. But we'll see. It's Ladd's killing me. I took him in a lot of spots in the second round. It's not looking good right now. All right, a couple more here. Kincaid or Goddard? What do you like?
Kincaid. Eagles have Denver. They're gonna have to throw it, but I would much rather Kincaid against the Patriots. Yeah, Kincaid.
Dobbs or Slayton rest of the year? I'm going Dobbs.
Dobbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dobbs.
Charbonnet for Wandell or Charbonnet for AJ Brown?
Huh?
I
don't know what league you're in, but send me an invite.
AJ Brown all day.
I would take AJ Brown, but I would also try to restructure the Wandale one and get more because
take AJ Brown and send him a bottle of Chardonnay too after you
send him a bottle of Chardonnay. Take AJ Brown and flip him for Quentin Johnson plus another running back. Get Quentin Johnson and anything, any starting running back.
We got some Mims. We got some mums. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah. Mum's Napa.
He goes to get the wine from the store. We got to buy a whole lot of mums. All right. I have ETN, Kamara, Hampton, QJ, Jamar Chase, Drake London, Worthy, Godwin, Rashard White. Should I trade ETN, Kamara, QJ for Bijan, Spears, and David Njiko?
No.
I mean,
Bijan, no, I don't think so.
Bijan's unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely. You're the Hampton guy, though.
I'm Hampton guy?
Right?
No, I'm not the Hampton guy. Ernie's the Hampton guy.
Ernie's the Hampton guy.
Yeah. He's got Hampton. So if he trades Kamara and ETN, he gets Bijan. He'll have Bijan and Hampton as his backs. I don't know if he has any other depth there. Oh, he's got Rashad White.
I just feel like
Kamara may get traded and end up in a better situation.
He could, and then you're losing QJ, who could be your 1A to 1B for London. You're getting rid of too much depth.
Yeah, you're getting rid of some depth. And Chase is not doing much for you. Drake London, Worthy, Godwin's pretty nice though. I mean, I don't know. Bijan's gonna he's on pace for what? Like they said, like
Yeah.
4,000 yards. I don't know what the fuck they said. It's something insane.
Yeah, he's a
But
beast. He's a beast, but you're also not. I mean, you're still going to be pretty solid with
yeah,
ETN, and if Hampton does do well, if Hampton does break out, but you can't get rid of. Look, you got Jamar Chase, awesome. Like I think maybe you're relying on the name of Jamar Chase more than you should. Uh, Godwin, who knows? Rashard White could. If Bucky's out, Rashard White could be super solid.
yeah.
So you can't get rid of QJ, who looks like your wide receiver one right now.
Yeah, I mean, I love getting Bijan, but you're not really getting much back with Spears and Njoku.
Yeah, maybe
But I mean,
restructure that.
yeah, try to reshow. I mean, I mean, I get it though. Getting Bijan is like so juicy, and there's a
Yeah,
chance.
yeah.
There's a chance Tootin could, maybe get more burn as the season goes on. But yeah, ETNs look great. Kamara could get traded, end up in a better situation. But right now, Kamara's value isn't great. QJ could fall off a little bit too. Then like Bijan's that stud, man. Like I don't know. It's kind of tempting, but I feel like I don't know if I want to do it though. It's crazy.
I would say, Jeffrey, if we don't get to it tonight, hit it in the Discord. Who sent that trade? Did you send it or did you receive it? Because that
Yeah.
also gives you like a power or not.
Yeah, jump into Discord, ask in the Discord, jump on the Thursday night show as well and the
Yeah,
future
yeah,
shows.
yeah.
Tomorrow, the mediators will be on as well if you want to ask them
Yes.
their thoughts. Gatto says, best RB2 rest of the year PPR, Chase Brown worth holding or pick up Woody Harvey? I think I'd hold Chase Brown
Are you dropping Chase Brown?
for one of these guys, Woody or Harvey.
No, I'm not dropping Chase Brown. I'm not happy with Chase Brown.
Yeah,
but I'm not dropping.
Find something else to drop if you can.
There's guaranteed there's something you can drop on your roster other than Chase Brown.
Yep. Should I trade from Ralph? Should I trade Abuka and Kenneth Walker for Chase and Benson in PPR?
Nope.
No, I agree. Trey Sav 253 says I picked up Marks last week. Shout out. But I need another running back because I only have Genty, Brees, and Woody. Who should I drop out of Higgins, Iamaner, and Shaheed to pick up RJ Harvey? I would say
Higgins.
Higgins is probably, because
it's rough, dude.
They're not using him. I mean, they could use him more though, and they should use him more because Xavier Hutchinson sucks. I don't know why they continue to use Xavier Hutchinson.
But even last year, Browning didn't do shit with Higgins unless Jamar.
No, I think he's. I think he was talking about Jaden Higgins, not T Higgins.
Yeah, 100% then. But I was rolling drop T Higgins
for over with Ayu and Shaheed. No, can't do that.
I don't know. I'm maybe it's just because I'm mad. I'm angry.
You're mad. You're mad. Dude. Can't be that
listen, dude. This is the first year that I've ever really trusted T Higgins.
I know. I've always loved T Higgins. He just can't stay healthy, or Burrow can't stay healthy. It's the killer.
Yeah, fuck it. Even if it's T Higgins. I'll give you. I don't know. I'll send you a pizza or something if it fucks up.
A pizza.
Also, Trey Sav, I don't know why you look so scared in your picture, man, but everything's gonna be okay.
You're the man, bro. Jaden Higgins, I would drop. FF Rabbit Dad says trade team 1, 3-1 gets Nico and Algier. Team 2, 1-3 gets Chuba Sutton. Team 1 RBs were Pollard, Scatterbo, Jefferson, London, Cup. Team 2's RBs were Monte Stevenson. Wide receivers BTJ, T-Mac, T, and Jawan Jensen.
All right, so team 1 is Pollard, Scatterbo, Jefferson, London, Cup, and they're getting Nico and Algier, giving up
Chuba and Sutton. I'm keeping Chuba and Sutton. I like the Chuba Sutton side regardless, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
But
So you're
team
getting
one,
a handcuff for a 1. You're selling Nico. You're getting Nico actually, I guess, at his lowest. You're selling Sutton at his highest. So I guess it's like it's kind of a wash there as far as value.
yeah, team 2, I mean, why are you going to give up Chuba when you have Monty and Stevens? It's not like your running backs are even that good. Why are you going to give up Chuba? Oh, team 2 gets Chuba. My bad. Yeah, so that makes sense for team 2. Team 1 is giving up Chuba and Sutton, and his running backs are Pollard, Scatabo. Yeah, like even team 1's running backs aren't even that. I mean, Scatabo is solid. Pollard, I don't know
Yeah, but you're
who
not getting much there either. I don't know. I don't think either team actually needs to make this trade.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Yeah,
I think it's I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
there's a lot of information. There's a lot of
Question.
punctuation. Go back. Can you go back to it real quick? I'm sorry, I don't want to hold it up too long, but can you go back to it real quick? All right. So team 1 gets Nico and Algier.
Yeah.
Team 1 has Pollard, Scatabo, however the hell you say it, Jefferson, London, Cup, and they're not getting rid of Jefferson, London, or Cup, so they don't need Nico.
Yeah.
And they don't need Algier. And then team 2.
This is like one of those math questions. Like Jerry has 5 buckets. He goes up the hill and he loses 2. It gives 3 to Jill. How many does Harry have?
Alimony.
Holy shit. Who do you think gets the better side of the deal? That's just like, who do you think is
better side of the deal for me is Chuba and Sutton.
Yeah, I think so too.
Team 2. Sorry, Rabbit Dad. I mean, you answered all these questions, and we're over here shitting on your question. I apologize. It's just the structure I'm trying to wrap my head around. It's been a long day. The best value you're getting in this trade, if you're getting Chuba and Sutton, that's the side I want to be on. No matter what my team looks like, I think that's the side I want to be on. Chuba isn't necessarily all that impressive yet, but Sutton's the one. Sutton has done way better than Nico, in my opinion. And they had that one dud, and you're just getting a handcuff with Algier. Monty Stevenson. Okay, so but you're getting Sutton to upgrade your receivers there. T-Mac, T. Higgins, and BTJ. So BTJ, you're hoping get something going on this year, and then you got Sutton for your yeah. I take it.
So which
I get it. I get what he's doing here. Okay, now that I deciphered it.
Which side? So which side do you like better, team 1 or team 2?
2. You're getting Chubb and Sutton, and you need help at wide receiver because T-Mac's out. T. Higgins is not doing well. Juwan is who knows, and BTJ has replaced his hands with his feet. So you get Sutton. Yeah, no, I'm with it. Team 2 for sure. All right. Sorry, Rabbit Dad. Sorry it took so long, but
his running backs weren't great either, Monty and Stevenson. So to get
Chuba and you get Chuba. Yeah. I mean, Monty's good. It's just hit or miss.
Yeah. Osiris says, should I trade Cortland Sutton and Chase Brown for Marion Hampton? My other RB is Javonte Williams, and that guy that offered needs a wide receiver. I would do it, I think, if you need running back. I don't know. I mean, I hate these trades, man. It's just they're a pain in the balls, I mean, Chase Brown, it's a disaster right now. Hampton's in a great role. No more Najee. But yeah, I mean, if you only have, I don't know who your other running backs is. If you only have Javonte, then you have good wide receiver depth. I would do it. Oh, he's got Puka, Waddle, Jennings, and DJ Moore as my other receivers. Jeez. I don't think you need to do the deal. I don't know who your other running backs are, but I mean, you could probably get by with Waddle and Jennings. DJ Moore, is just so frustrating. Jennings can't stay healthy either. So it's like you just have Waddle. So your wide receiver depth's going to take a hit, but I don't know if you need that more than your RB depth. But, Chase Brown is not going to be terrible. I think I would just hold on to the depth. Need a QB from Shadows Wicked. Lamar is out. Do I go Geno, Stafford, or Trevor Lawrence? And Rabbit Dad answered Stafford, Lawrence, Geno. I think I would go Geno over Lawrence there. Lawrence, Geno's going to put up better fantasy numbers there. We lost Will. I don't know where he's at. We'll try to get him back. Rabbit Daz, I'd give them up for Hampton. Quincy Jones says in an 8-man PPR ESPN league looking for upside, who do I stash? RJ Harvey or Woody Marks? Caleb or Fields? Pittman or Olave? I'd go Harvey. I know Woody Marks. I think Harvey's the better player. His role is going to increase. I go Fields over Caleb. And I'd go Olave. There you go. Juan Pena says 3 wide receiver league for my RB2 and flex spot. Josh Jacobs on a bye. Running backs Nick Chubb, Trevion Henderson, Zach Charbonnet, or Gainwell. Wide receivers Jordan Addison, Hollywood, Thornton, Trey Tucker, Devontae Adams, Quentin Johnson, Debo as my 3-star. All right, you're back, Will. Can you hear me? You good?
Yep. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, three wide receiver league for my RB2 and flex spot. Josh Jacobs on a bye. Nick Chubb, Trevion Henderson, Zach Charbonnet, or Kenneth Gainwell. RB2 in a flex spot. And he's got
Gainwell.
And he's got Gainwell's on a bye too. So I don't know. You can't use Gainwell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I would say probably.
All right, Juan, you messed with me.
Who? Wide receivers Jordan Addison, Hollywood Brown, Thornton, Tucker. I mean, he's got a ton of guys here. My 3 starters. I would say Trevion Henderson for the RB2 spot. And then if you need 3 receivers, you said you have Adams, Quentin Johnson, and Debo. That's fine. And I would probably throw in Addison as my flex. And
yeah, I can't disagree with that at all. Yeah.
These guys laugh in 850 credit score. All right. Where the hell did he go?
I want to check my Credit Karma.
Quincy Jones. Yeah, I've been here a few minutes and hear nothing. I'm out. I guess Will was. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know. I was on the whole time.
Sorry, Ben King. I'm back.
I'd also keep. I think Rabbit Dad answered a lot of these questions. Let's get to the bottom here. Let's see if we missed any here. All right.
Also, I feel like 850 is cutting us short.
Huh?
Also, I feel like 850 is cutting us short.
Yeah.
Look, you got a lot of rich mahogany behind you. Some very nice pictures.
Rich mahogany. Yo, guys, how much FAAB on Marks? I have 78 and need RB help.
How bad do you need RB help?
I would say 61.
Depending on what everyone else has and what they need, you might end up having to spend the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd spend the whole thing. I think I would spend like 65 at most if you're really, really desperate.
Yeah, I'm with you, but you might have to. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah. How much FAAB is too much for Woody? I got 85. I was thinking 25. No, I think you got to go at least 51
Yeah.
if you want to get him.
I
25 is probably
yeah.
not going to get it done.
I usually charge about 55 for my Woody, but I would go 62.
Every league, it's tough though because every league is different. Like it depends on the roster spots. It could be an 18 league, could be a 10-team league, could be a 16-team league. I don't know what the freak. So it's like it's really hard to gauge. But you got to kind of figure it out. I'm basing it off like a 12-team league. Maybe 6 or 7 bench spots. If you have $85, I would say like you got to drop at least 40. I would say at least, right?
Yeah, probably. But I think it goes back to what we were talking about, what people are willing to spend on running backs, whether they need them or not. So yeah, 40 is probably the floor.
Okay. Simplistic Grace says he loves the carbonara from Olive Garden. All right.
All right. That's awesome. I love carbonara. It's one of my favorite dishes in the world. Also, what's up, coach? Um,
Oh,
Simplistic Grace loves the carbonara.
carbonara is solid for sure. Oh, coach is in here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. At the end, late night grinding. Keep doing good work. Appreciate that, brother.
Thanks, coach.
Team 2 is currently in last place. Team 1 is in third. Before coach says, "What up? What up, coach?" All right. Let's answer like 5 more questions. Then we'll get out of here. It's getting late. There's a lot of questions here. Dante Smith says Waddle or AJ Brown this week.
I don't remember who Miami has. They play
Panthers. 44,
Panthers.
44 and a half total.
And the Eagles have the Broncos. Man. And, if you want to take into consideration all the social media bullshit, I think you go AJ Brown. I don't think you play around with that. I'm going AJ Brown. I mean,
I'm going Waddle
Denver's
there.
defense is super solid. You don't love it, right? But yeah, I'm going Brown.
Yeah, I'm going Waddle. S. Lapsky says pick a defense for this week. Cleveland, Rams, KC, Giants, Miami, Houston, New Orleans. Right now between Cleveland or Giants. I think we talked about it earlier. We like Cleveland, but Giants isn't
Yeah,
a bad one
Cleveland.
either.
Yeah.
Who the Rams? Oh, the Rams is not a bad one either. Will talked about that, with all the injuries, possibly Mac Jones. I still think I like Cleveland better though, right? Against Wentz, they're going to get a lot of points.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when you're talking about the sacks and everything. Especially if you get points per sack. A lot of leagues don't do that. But if you're a league that has points per sack, 100%, you're going with Cleveland.
Yeah. Let's see here. Kamara for Godwin from G Teach 42.
Oof.
I mean, again, we need more context there.
Yeah.
But I think I'd hold on to Kamara.
I'd hold on to Kamara, but if I'm hurting at running back,
Receiver, you mean?
sorry, thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
At receiver, I would consider it.
Oh, FF Rabbit has cheese balls and tremors equals the good life.
Hell yeah.
It's true. Cleveland will be a top 5D this week. Let's see.
I believe it. And cheese balls plus anything really equals a great life. Until the next morning, because you eat too many of them, right? You can't stop. And then everything you touch is orange, and you wake up and your fingers are still orange, and your mouth is screwed up.
The Cheetos were the worst. Those things stay in your fingers it like peel off the freaking thing with your teeth. My QB is May. Burrow on the IL. Should I pick up Dart or keep May? Keep May all day.
May. Yeah. May.
And FF Rabbit said that as well. Derek says, would you trade Kyron Williams and Pittman for Jay Jett as PPR?
I mean, it depends what you have at running back.
Yeah, that's true too.
If you're stacking a running back and you're just, I mean, yeah, but I'm curious. I mean, who's giving up Jetta right now? He had one of the better weeks he's had so far. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if you're stacked at running back, sure.
Drop Fannin for Waller and PPR, and I think Will said
I already said I was going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's like a 50-50 one for me. I am a fan, but I do see the upside of Waller, and he could have a much better opportunity for sure. And we've seen him produce in the league before, and we don't know about this Browns quarterback situation. We don't know what Dylan Gabriel is going to do. So, should I trade
on there, John West?
Should I trade DK Metcalf for AJ Brown?
It's like two hit or miss guys. I mean, no.
No.
I
think I'd keep Metcalf.
Like?
I think I would keep Metcalf.
Yeah, I think I'm keeping Metcalf too, and I'm an Eagles fan, right? I love AJ Brown, but as far as fantasy goes, it's not necessarily something you can rely on. So, yeah, I'm sticking with DK.
From Teddy Frigolanala, do I drop Swift or Warren? Do I pick up? Do I drop Swift or Warren to pick up B-Rob since I have C-Mac? No. I mean,
Frigolanala sounds like a dish at Olive Garden.
The Frigolanala special, yeah.
Let me get that chicken Frigolanala. Don't be stingy on the frig, you know?
Let me get that freaking chicken Frigolanala.
Bring it that freaking chicken Frigolanala. Don't be skimpy on the frig. Or the lana.
I don't like DeAndre Swift, but he's got a good role right now. And Warren, yeah, he can't. I mean, he's got a great role too. I like B-Rob as the cuff for C-Mac, but I think, those other two guys have just way more value right now. So,
yeah, I'm not dropping
even if C-Mac gets hurt, they'll probably use Garendo a little bit too, I would think. But I mean, they're giving so much use to C-Mac. It's insane. I mean, McCaffrey, it's insane. I think they use a little bit more Brian Robinson at some point. Boston fans.
It's one of those things where there's got to be something else you can drop.
Yeah.
There's got to be something else on your roster you can drop in those two.
Exactly. Should I trade Woody Marks for Tet? I got Gibbs, Hampton, and Junkins as my running backs. Gibbs, Hampton, and Junkins. For wide receivers, I have London, Adunze, BTJ, Olave, and Golden. Almost looks like Olive Garden there with Olave and Golden. Back to but London, Adunze, and Golden are all on a bye this week. Woody Marks for Tet. Interesting. What are you doing there?
No.
He's got pretty good receivers. I mean, you got London at Dunze. That's solid. BTJ is going to come around. You got Olave. I think you hold on to Woody Marks. You got to keep your running back depth, I think.
Yeah, I mean, what are you starting?
I don't know that, man. Like, Tet should come around and get better too. It's like Tet's the guy I want. I think he's the better talent, obviously, 100%. But like the way your team is structured, I don't know. It's like I don't know if you need to make that trade. Like, you could do it, but are you gonna? Your receivers are stacked. I mean, Golden, I don't think it's gonna be that great. It'd be an upgrade over Golden.
Do this. Look into
trade questions. Always throw me off. Go ahead.
Well, we're in bye week season, right? So look into the next couple of bye weeks, right?
Well, he's got London, Adunze, and Golden on a bye this week. That's why he's trying to do it.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You have one bad bye week right now. Is it worth giving up an RB2 for one bad bye week? What's your record? Do you have a winning record? Can you afford a loss possibly? who else do you have to put into that spot where you would need Ted? I just don't think that Woody Marsh is worth giving up Ted. Or I'm sorry, yeah, I don't think it's worth giving up Woody Marsh for Ted. It's a bad bye week for you. But if you have one really bad bye week, you're probably not going to have many others. So maybe you just chalk it up as a loss and just hold what you have because you got great depth. It's a good roster. I don't think you need to shake it up too much.
Yeah, we're gonna finish off these questions that we got. If we missed your question, I think we got to most of them, and I know Rabbit that answer. But if you want to drop it again, if you're still listening, we'll get to it. Like, subscribe, and share. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I see both sides of it. I feel like I'd rather have Tet than Woody Marks, but and if you need him for the bye week, I don't know. What's your record? Do you definitely need a win this week?
Right.
If you needed to win this week, maybe I would definitely do
Right.
it.
Yeah, if you need a win for sure. Yep.
Cheese balls are mostly air, so they don't count.
Okay, well, I guess your breeding doesn't count, Rabbit Dad. Come on. They're delicious. It's delicious, cheesy air.
Coach has a question. Juju, Shaheed, or Tootin for one flex spot eaten up by buys this week?
Yeah. Oh, that's rough. Juju, Shaheed,
I mean, Juju was deep. I can't. I don't know if I could trust Juju
against the Jags.
I can't. I don't know. I can't trust Juju.
Saints.
That's my daughter's nickname, by the way, because her name's Juliana. We call her Juju, but I still can't trust Juju Smith-Schuster. The Saints get the Giants, 40.5 total.
Yeah.
Shaheed hasn't done anything this year. I mean, I like Shaheed, but like, I don't know. It's not working right now with Rattler. And then Tootin, who they playing? You said? Oh, the Texans, not the Texans.
It's Chiefs Jags.
Oh yeah, the Chiefs Jags, right? Monday night. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's not really getting the role. It's kind of been ETN. So yeah, the options aren't great there, Coach. I don't know. Maybe it is Juju. Maybe that's the most reliable option you got there.
Yeah, it might be. I'm looking up how the Chiefs are doing against wide receivers.
I don't know. I don't know what the usage with Tootin's going to be.
You can't really trust it.
I might just go with Shaheed. I think he's got the most upside. I feel like, he's due for a big game. He's due. He had that 15-point game in week 2. He caught a touchdown too. So I think he's due for a bigger game. Could happen this week against the Giants. I think I would throw Shaheed out there. I might be a little bit biased, but I mean the options.
I don't know
are
if I
great.
can be mad at that.
All right, Jeff Rogers says Dobbs, Slayton, Wandale, or Shakir to replace Tyreek. I'm going Shakir. I'm going Shakir. Yeah, Dobbs.
Oh, wait, this week? Dobbs not buy. If he's talking about this week?
No, it's probably rest of the year, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dobbs or Shakir for me.
Yeah.
Infrared says, guys, desperate for wide receivers. I need a solid tight end. He's looking to move Lamb and Tyler Warren. Is that worth giving up Pittman and Worthy if I got the depth?
So you're getting Lamb and Tyler Warren.
Yes, I would do it. 100%. Yeah. He's got the depth, so.
Yeah.
If you need a tight end, especially.
Yeah, man, should be back.
Who do I pick up for this week? Darnold, or Tua? Jeez, the question is just nonstop over here.
Do you need if you need safety, Darnold? If you're like projected to lose this week, go Dart.
Darnold, or Tua? Who the hell is Seattle playing? Oh, the Bucks. I'm gonna go with Darnold. I'm gonna go with Darnold there.
Yep.
All right. He could also drop Jacoby or Godwin. What was the question from Teddy? earlier.
scrolling up here to see, do I drop Swift or Warren
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
pick up B-Rob, or he has C-Mac? No, don't drop either of those guys.
Yeah, I don't want to
No,
drop.
none of
I
those
don't want to
guys.
drop any of those guys.
No.
Yeah, Rabbit that agrees. Coach says, don't overthink a bad bye week. Get your team into the playoffs, and anything can happen. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that thinking either.
Yep.
Um,
You're gonna have a week where you
It's kinda-
lose.
yeah, I mean, like again, Tet is the more talented player, but do you really need him? Your receivers are pretty solid there, so you could probably make it through. But if you wanted to do it, I'm not going to hate on it. Jeff Rogers says Jordan Mason, Scatabo, or Pollard for flex full PPR.
Oof. It's between Scatterboo and Mason for me. And
Vikings, Browns in London, 36.5 total.
I'm going
Giants.
Scatterboo.
I'm going Scatabo as well against the
I'm going
Saints.
Scatterboo.
That's a pretty good spot.
Yeah, the Browns' rush defense is super solid.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. We appreciate all the questions. We did a lot of waiver talk, and then we got to you guys' questions at the end. This is 2 hour, almost 2.5 hours of fantasy football talk between me and Will, but we appreciate it. We grinded it out for you guys. I hope we got to everybody's questions. If we missed anything, drop it in the comments. We'll answer it. The mediators will be on tomorrow. Pete will be on Thursday. There might be another show Friday as well. So make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, hitting that notification button. And we got one more question from J Hang 20, then we'll get out of here. Hi.
Jay,
Would you
is that a description?
Hey, how you hanging? How your balls hanging? Hi, would you trade Henderson, Woody Marks, and Travis Hunter for Trey Benson and Tet? Only other running back is Jacobs and Olive Garden Ollie. The theme of the show is Olive Garden, Ruby Tuesday, and Tremors. That was the theme of the show.
And Shoney's. And don't forget, when you're here, your family.
Oh yeah, who was the guy that did that? Who was the guy that did that voice? I forget. Was it John Goodman? No, he did the Dunkin' Donuts. That's right.
I don't remember who did the voice. I just remember the saying, when you're here, your family.
That's right.
Anyway, he traded Henderson, Woody Marks, and Travis Hunter for Trey Benson and Ted. I love Trey Benson if he's healthy. Only other RB is Jacobs and Ollie. So no, I think
because you're going to
if your only other RBs are Jacobs and Ollie, then you're getting rid of too much of your RB depth for Trey Benson, who could be injured.
Yes, then you're only going to have Benson, Jacobs, and Ollie.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm sticking with
right now. You got Henderson, Marks, and Jacobs, so you're going to lose a running back. You upgrade at receiver, Ted over Hunter for sure. That's no brainer. I don't know who your receivers are though, so it's tough to say.
Yeah, but Ted can't be that big of an upgrade. I mean, unless you're talking like a 16-man league here.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, but you're going to lose that running back depth. So on the surface, I would say no. Cheers, that was fun, from Rabbit Dad.
Thank you. Cheers to you, Rabbit Dad.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother. That's it. We're gonna wrap it up. Like, subscribe, share. We'll be back for more for Will and myself. Oh, we got one more from friggin' Alan. One more freaking question. Are you guys still doing questions? Yes, we are. It's like the never-ending pasta bowl at Olive Garden. I got one. I got one last.
They just keep rolling the par. Just keep rolling the par.
It's like this is the Olive Garden show. It's a never-ending questions. You fucking keep throwing them out. We'll answer to 3 a.m. We ain't fucking keep going. All right. Are you guys still doing questions? I got one last one for my flex for the week. Keenan Allen, Godwin, or Jacoby?
Raiders have the Colts. So, Chargers have Commanders. I mean, it's between Keenan and Jacoby for me. I think the Bucks have who again?
Godwin's gonna
Seahawks.
Godwin's gonna get going at some point. Is it gonna happen this
He's
week?
got to get going, but I can't start him over either of those guys. I don't think. But
Yeah,
I'm going
good
Keenan.
defense.
Yeah, I'm going Keenan.
I think Keenan's probably the most safe, but I don't think he gives you the most upside. I think maybe Jacoby gives you the most upside. But yeah, I don't know. That's not that's a tough one. I'll say Jacoby, but don't just take our word for it. We got a whole slate of shows. Come back for more because our answers may change. We're still early in the week. We're still trying to focus on pickups. By the way, I got to put my pickups in several leagues after this. I didn't even get a chance.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
We're running out. Good thing Yahoo is like 3 a.m. drop. But we got the guillotine leagues that we're in. Those are always a concentrator. But most of my league pickups are tomorrow night, so which is fine. But anyway, that's gonna wrap it up. Rabbit Dad says Keenan. I don't hate that.
For the world of Olive Garden, Keenan is the pepperoncini. Makes everything better.
That's right. He is the solid,
staple.
Ravioli or whatever it is. Something solid. But for Will at Willie Bob Steve on X and me, Steve D'Angelo at X Fantasy Savvy for the Face Off Sports Network, that will be it for tonight. Like, subscribe, share. Take care, everybody. All right.